very valid question.
Because once the people them are suffer Raquel, them are gonna make the government know so them are suffer and government have to do something. So the suggestion, Empress, that Mr. Vaz made about schools going back online, I don't even know how that gonna work because a lot of people, children don't have any device. A lot of parents are gonna say they know home for who are gonna home for monitor those children at home. Even if the government go online with classes, who is going to be home to help? Even if the government going online, they can't go online with the primary schools because the parents them have to go to work. So there will be nobody home for money to stay home with no pitney fit, no pitney do no online school. So we cannot move the primary schools online. So what I would suggest if somebody asked me what it would be my suggestion, Empress, I would suggest that the schools move up the end of year exam to next month, next week, as quick as possible. And then after them finish the end of year exam, then them can maybe move school online for 3 days a week. I don't know. But the pep gone already. Pep gone already.
It's at the end of this month. But Madam Speaker, the curriculum and what needs to be done in terms of what's going to be involved in their final exam is not yet covered. So you're going to find that there are still topics that have to be covered before they can give a final. Because remember, in each area, in terms of you doing your lesson plan, you're doing it according to the areas that are needed to cover in that.
But what about the children with the pep? Can we send home the kids? Can we send home the 12 years old after them doing the pep next month? Can remember the final exam would really be pep, you know. So if them finish them final exam, we're going to get them in a high school. Can we just send them home and cut out the end of year exam and give them and judge them from them pep result?
But PEP is only that special exam to place them. Now they still are required to do a mandatory final exam in school.
Yeah, but I agree, but that final exam is just to close off the school term. So I'm saying, why couldn't we just use the results of the PEP to judge them how they do for the year, because them already do them final exam as the PEP. Use the final exam as the PEP and send home all of the PEP students them after them finish PEP in the year. So that way we can at least have, I don't know, but we have to make some plan, because it not gonna work, Empress.
I see Daryl suggesting, being at home to cut the cost. And I tell you, it doesn't matter what this government does for Jamaicans. You still have, unfortunately, it's not a nice word, but you still find dunce people that will critique the goodness. And this morning I was actually passing and I was listening to a live. And I tell you, when you have people that are uneducated with poor critical thinking skills, they'll always talk garbage just for content purposes. How can you say that the government, who they played a clip with Minister of Finance there, Madam, what's her name? Help me.
Val Williams.
Was saying, in my summary, is that hey, what's going on in the Middle East? We understand there's a crisis, and Jamaica is looking forward to this, price, the oil crisis, and we have things in place. I mean, it's going to be rough. In my words, it's going to be tough, but at the same time, we do have things in place. And, they played a part with Daryl saying, we're gonna have to shift to some online to, back at home, blah, blah. And it's critiqued as to say, Daryl is saying that we're going to be locked down like COVID. How could you get being locked down where this is a worldwide crisis? My government here has actually taken 10 cents per liter off the gas. I think they've taken 5 cents. It might be Canadians who are listening will just help me if I'm lying there. But they took off a little bit off diesel, but they took 10 cents off from now until Labor Day weekend, which is the first Monday of September. So all summer you get a little, but even myself, I find myself not even going home. I'm staying down by the business. Because it's 10 minutes up the road from one place to another, right? But at the same time, the gas is expensive, especially when you're putting premium in. And I can't understand how people can appreciate that. If foreign countries are making adjustment to their citizens, how is it that Daryl is criticized to say, stay home? We're going to start to do this is our implementation for you to stay home and to cut costs. And then somebody's like, oh, this is how the money is going to be stolen.
Yeah,
Like,
them dumb man. Those are the persons, Empress, that grew up under Percival Noel James Pattison.
I am like,
And they met talk about that yesterday. Those were the persons, Empress, were go school straight up to 18 years old. And when they finish, they nothing else for them do. I remember me tell you say, under Percival, them get left behind. So them dumb. Because they're not focusing, Empress, on what is going on in the world, because it's not a situation where it's Jamaica alone. If you watch Al Jazeera, you hear that countries in Asia right now is rationing them oil. People are right in the street in the Philippines because there's no oil. People in India, no, not even oil, them not have gas to cook them food and gone back to coal stove. But you have some PNP people, Empress, all they see is politics, politics, and them uneducated and them dumb, and at them the people vote for Mark Golden, Empress.
people understand what's going, and because they don't read, they all come is like, and I'm not being rude to anybody that's Jehovah's Witness. I call it a cult because they come and they sit down like they go to Kingdom Hall, and everybody's
Yes,
going out to the same Bible and quoting the same scripture.
yes,
And like, how can you trivialize the action of what's this critical crisis that's going on globally to
so
Andrew,
stupid.
Andrew, to a minister of health, finance, and a Daryl Vast problem.
Exactly. Because them stupid, Empress. You're not calling stupid, but mentally say them stupid. Because when you look at a country like Guyana have a oil in abundance, but Guyana don't have any refinery. So all of the oil that Guyana pump out from out under them foot go out in the global market, go out to America to be refined, and then they have to then turn around and buy back the oil to run them country. And if the Middle East is if the Strait of Hormuz is closed, where 20% of the oil that go all over the place cannot get out, then everybody are going to run down the liquor oil that is available. And when you have more people, Empress, running off for the same goods, what do you think is going to happen to the price of the goods?
Supply and demand.
That's a common sense. But because Percival take civics out of school, and because a lot of them, Empress, eat their name Pambula, and because a lot of them only hear about the crisis when Mark wouldn't talk about it yesterday, them come now with them nonsense. We have been talking about the Strait of Hormuz from day one. As a matter of fact, the night when Trump and Netanyahu attacked Iran, it was on our live when we was discussing it, Empress. You don't remember?
Yes.
But some of them just hear about it since yesterday. Them
Why?
just hear about it.
Madam Speaker, you know why they just heard about it? Because they sit close-minded talking about corruption, and they don't know what's going on in their backyard, front yard, or through the windows to peek through. They do not read, they do not listen. They talk about all the propagandas of 1935, even before government was formed. And all
Exactly.
and they do not speak about current issues globally, what's affecting all nation, and it will affect Jamaica. Who is Jamaica that imports everything on the little island?
Exactly.
Who is
Exactly. Exactly. Know, so that is sometime me just wonder about my little country, Empress. You see, like when things like this come up, it just break my heart for my country, because you have a set of people in a Jamaica, Empress. if somebody not talk something, them not know what one. And even after somebody speak about it, they not take up them phone and say, let me Google and see where them a talk about what one in the Middle East. Them not take up them phone and do them own research. Them a wait for somebody to come with a talking point. If they not hear Mark, and it's the PNP, them Empress, if they not hear it from Mark Golin, they don't know it. If Mark Golin not tell them, they don't know, which is
He's not
very
going to do
sad.
that because it's not convenient. It's not something that is for growth. It's something to make propaganda. It's something to blame the government for. This is no blaming game. Andrew didn't take oil. Neither did Mark Golding cause the oil anything. This is a global thing. So be honest and be truthful and don't use it as a political football because you know these people are unread, uneducated, and everything you say, they're going to parrot it.
Exactly. Exactly. It's sad, man. Look how long the Iranian them close the Strait of Hormuz and the PNP them never say that. Them are this, I think this week are going to the third week, Empress, where the Iranian them close the Strait of Hormuz and Donald Trump going to go close it since Monday gone. To the closure. And the PNP them never hear about it, Empress.
Right now,
Nobody told the PNP about the war in the Middle East.
Because they sit there on live talking garbage about, oh, look at the protest, breaking news. Look at the protest going on at UWI. No, go look at what's going on right now. There is the Pakistani and them negotiating after the ceasefire. You know that there's a cease. Something going on. Okay, they've ceased and they're negotiating, and the Pakistanis and them, they are in negotiation in order to think. Do you know that? You don't know that, but you know that, hey, Daryl Vaz did something.
Exactly. And nothing wrong. And guys, coming if you no want. And nothing wrong with what Daryl Vaz said, Empress.
No.
We're at an impasse. So just like in a COVID, when the government had to make difficult decision, that is where we're at now. That is where we're at now. Current. This is where we're at.
And what the Daryl is trying to say to us, what? We don't know how long.
Your thing is muffled. We're not hearing you properly.
Might be somebody have a phone on. Cammy, who is on? Somebody might be a phone on. What he's trying to say, Jamaicans, we're having. I don't think it's me. Jamaicans, we're heading into a crisis. So what we're going to try to save the family by spending X amount of money per liter for gas, what we want to do, and to take travel toll. The toll is also, you talk about people who are in the Portmore area, who are out of the corporate area and commute to Kingston. That's a whole lot of money on them. So if you could stay home, save some money in your pocket, you come to the office once per week, that's a big saving in your pocket. You can then help to, buy more food, buy whatever you need for your family. But the addition is going to affect the family. It's going to affect your finances. So this is what we are trying to implement to make it easier on the Jamaican family, each and every person. This is not to be politicized. Come on, people, do better than that.
And the thing is this, you have some persons, because they're now in a better position where they can afford to buy a vehicle, even if they live close to work, they still choose to drive. What we are recommending and we're suggesting, if you live near to work, you can either walk, use a bicycle, or take the bus, which is way more easier on your pocket and the economy, right? But you have some people that live so close and them still want to drive and they hold up traffic, which makes no sense. But guys, yes, when you really think about this, it makes you feel sad. But in the same breath, I want us to look on it from this perspective as well. That if it wasn't this administration in, we would be literally on a lockdown in this country today. Okay? If it wasn't this administration in, we would be suffering today. And if you notice, Many of the disasters, many of the challenges, many of the what did this the what is something new what happened, the COVID, the epidemics and all of those things. This administration was able to take us through it smoothly. When you think about it, they took us through this smoothly. Prior to COVID, the economy was running so good. There was a burst of infrastructural development. There was a burst of different jobs and businesses being opening, right, during that time. And just imagine if all these hiccups, hurricane, war, sickness, if these didn't happen, Jamaica would literally be a first world country today. No, imagine COVID, hurricane, and the war in 1992, in 1996, in 2000. So we have to still feel a breath of fresh air, knowing that we have steady hands leading us through this at this time. But in the same breath, we have to still be smart with how we go about our daily activities and try to conserve as best. Many persons, human rights people suggesting working from home. That had to happen during COVID, right? But now you have to kind of weigh the odds, weigh the balance, because Jamaica's economy grows by production, the physical hands-on production. So we can't really stay home and expect that the economy will stay afloat, right? Yes, for the children, the suggestion, if they could use the PEP grades and perhaps close out school in time, that could somewhat save the pockets of many of the parents. But many of the jobs that we have are hands-on jobs, right? So when you actually do it from home, it won't be productive. So there's a lot more we have to look into and see how best we can approach it. You have some countries that they hardly use vehicle, it's pure bicycles. Pure
I was
bicycles.
saying it's a band labor, right? Even the teachers them. Even the teachers them now. I think they need to start do some carpooling because when you're going at the parking lot of the schools, it's full and a run over. I think they need to now start to say that, well, if me live at Portmore and Barnley live at Portmore and Cam live at Portmore and we live same place and we have and four we have three we have a SUV. One of we can drive this week. I'm carry the three because a SUV can hold in 4 or 5 people. And then next week come drive. Before we not have to drive out with SUV, I'm just saying them can conserve for the next 2 months because I'm looking at 2 months, basically 2 months for school close. And when school close, the teachers will be off the road and the children will be off the road, and that is going to help a lot. And then now, the buses what would I use to carry the children them now, the government can say if things are fixed by July, August. So we are give them, the Donald Trump this can't continue because Donald Trump have the midterm coming up in November. And if Donald Trump don't fix this, what him do down the Middle East, the Republican Party will be wiped out, both in the Senate and in the Congress. And if the Republican lose the Senate and the Congress, Donald Trump will be a sitting dog president for the next 2 years. And him going and they will impeach him. So I know that same need to at least keep the Senate. So I don't think he might carry this into September. So what I would suggest, Ban Labor, right, is that finish up school early, May, June, first week of June, do all exam, and then we can go up a UWI and say to the nurse, them, we know you drive and whatever, but what you think about driving your car, park it like at a tour place, security watch it and everything, and then we transport it to UWI or transporting it to public. That way, everybody not have to depend on the road and drive every day because if we don't find ways to get people off of the road, we are going to be in trouble because we need oil and the price of oil looking to be at 150 a barrel, and we budgeted it for $70. So the price of oil will actually double up. We can't afford it. The country cannot afford oil at 150 a barrel. Nowhere, no how, without putting in measures. And I agree with you again, Ban Labor, right? We have to keep the economy going. So we cannot close down the fast food restaurant. We cannot close down the banks. And we cannot close down the construction site. Because if we close them down, the economy is, we cannot close down the hotels. If we close them down, the hotels, if we close them that, might as well with us close on Jamaica. The economy is going to be stagnant and we cannot afford that. So we have to come up with ways to get the people them off of the road and move them round in a ball, move them round in a way where we can get some of the vehicle them up.
Because even over here, Munchie, most people start take either Uber or bus now, you know.
Yeah, year one queen. Pep is
The
next
public,
week.
the public bus.
Selena, when Pep done, close. We don't need to have the Pep pitting them in a school. Do no final exam. Pep is their final exam. Keep them home. Keep them home, and they can go online and do what they do, and whatever. You can't. We have to find a way to, and I don't know if the primary school children them find it very hard during COVID. So I don't think you can take them out of school full time. I think the high school them, some of them can go online, and you know what? During COVID in a band labor, right? They had this thing going like Arden was a part of it. Wolmer's was a part of it. JC, those school that is traditional schools where them keep the Zoom classes and children from other school could have go onto the Zoom and get benefit from that. I think they can do some more of that as well. I think they can do some more of that as well, where the schools like Arden can open up their classroom to other students, and we can have where schools can pull together and children have a learn. We have the teacher them, more children get help from more teachers. We have to find a way to get people off the road. We have to find a way to get people off the Darrell said it yesterday. The cost of the fuel is going up. We're at $100 barrel now. If the Strait of Hormuz don't open up by now and next month, it is gonna go up to 150, and that is untenable. We have to face the reality, and I hope the government come out more, one queen, and talk to the people of Jamaica, just like what Tufton used to do in a COVID. Darrell need for a daily press conference to drive it home to the people of Jamaica that we are in a crisis. If Donald Trump, if the negotiation and the cease deal don't hold, the ceasefire don't hold, Darrell Vaz starting from next week, we have come out and talk to the country, keep them informed, not hide nothing from them, because this is out of our hand. There's absolutely nothing the government can do. So exactly, Selena, information is important. Don't allow Mark Golding and the PNP to see the vacuum and jump in it. Don't create a vacancy for the PNP to come out and kill the people with misinformation. They couldn't do it during COVID, and we cannot allow them to do it now during the war in the Middle East. I love the approach of Darrell Vaz take yesterday. I know Darrell Vaz have a no-nonsense approach, and people listen to Darrell Vaz. People listen to him.
Munchie, probably you can assist with this. What is the name of the account or the fund that when government confiscate criminal enterprises, organization and their money? For instance, the jugs money, illegal money, that money, where does it go to?
Nowhere. Millions sitting down in an account now. With the FCJ. What them name? What the people them name will look over SSL. What them the people name Trivia? They are that pay them. And the money them pay the people them who do that work they from. We have the money in the account they put on. The government needs to tap into those money. Yes.
Over $1 trillion in the
$1 trillion. Yes. The government needs to tap into that money now. Use it to buy oil. You're right. You're right, Trivia. You're right. I need to ask the people who are up on the live will have access to people we don't know. Ask, what about that money? Why can't we that money that we collect from the people them who do scamming and explain well the money what we collect from all those people we have in a account put on what we use and pay the people them who regulate who regulate the financial bodies. That you're correct. We have that money put on there. The government need to tap into that money to help to cushion the price for oil, because I'm telling you guys, Remember now, guys, the fertilizer that we need, the chemical that they used to make fertilizer, the chemical that they used to make plastic, all of those things will come through the Strait of Hormuz. And if we cannot have access to fertilizer, or the price of fertilizer go up, what will happen to the price of agriculture produce, trivia? It's gonna go up. So it is a ripple effect right across the country. Cost of living is going to go up. Cost of living is going to go up. If Donald Trump cannot get the Iranian them to open the Strait of Hormuz, the cost of living, because remember, we import absolutely everything. Everything. Yes, Cray, the money goes to the FID, which is managed by the Ministry of Finance. Yes. We have that money sitting in our account now. That is the time now to tap into that money now to help to cushion the price until at least August, September, because Donald Trump cannot pass September with this. I watch a lot of foreign politics, and I'm telling you, if Donald Trump don't get the Strait of Hormuz to open and the free flow of oil coming through in November, Donald Trump will be the president owning at the White House. Absolutely nothing Donald Trump cannot do without the Senate and the Congress. Because how American politics work, the Congress control the purse. So he who control the Congress control the purse. And the reason Donald Trump was able to pass the big beautiful bill and get a major tax cut to the rich people is because the Republican control the Congress now. If the Republican lose the Congress, which they are on, they look at them are gonna lose it, them in a trouble. And if they lose it, because if them even lose the Congress, how America politics work to the PNP people who don't know foreign politics go. The Congress draft the bill, and then they pass it with a majority. Then they send it to the Republic, to the Senate, and then the Senate vote on it and pass it as well. And then they send it to the White House, and the White House sign it into law. Just like in Jamaica. And then it come into effect. But if the Democrat win the Congress trivia, then they pass not one bill, give Donald Trump. And then now send the money, then now send it to the Senate for the Senate to pass. And certain things the White House cannot do without the Congress. So Donald Trump say him have to get up off his ass and open the Strait of Hormuz before November. In the meantime, until Donald Trump sort out that, between May and September, the government have to put things in place. The government have to put policies in place to cushion the cost on the Jamaican people. And I am telling you, if the taxi fare raise, the price of food raise in the supermarket, the price of ground provision raising at the market, the people of Jamaica will be looking to Andrew Michael Holness Trivia for answers. And we need to be able to come up with solution. We can't follow Mark Golding and Dayton and Julian and I criticize because we are the government and we have to have the solution. Exactly, Selena. So I am hoping that the cabinet, I am confident that we have bright people in our parliament and bright people in our cabinet, in our executive branch of our government that is now looking at it and weighing the pros and cons and putting them ideas together to make sure that we have the security blanket in place to cushion the cost between the next 3 months until Donald Trump sort out himself. I am confident. Yes, Navi, later have a good day in school. I am confident, guys. Can you imagine if the PNP had won the election where Mark Jefferson Golden in 2022 told the then finance minister to take $40 billion from the money that we have saving and give the PNP and give the people them for buy food? Can you imagine what would happen to us now if the PNP win the election when you have Mark Jefferson Golden coming with 3.5 tax threshold? Can you imagine, comrade, if the PNP had won the election when Mark Jefferson Golden promised $1 billion to creator industry. What creative industry? $1 billion to blogger, $1 billion for people for free land, $1 billion here, $1 billion there. Can you imagine the PNP did win the election under the leadership of Mark Jefferson Golding, where they promised that every family, first in family, will get a free scholarship to go to foreign, paid for by the people of Jamaica? Can you imagine if Mark Jefferson Golding to win the election, when Mark Golding said the taxi man them are gonna get billions of dollars to carry Pitney to school? What would have happened to our country come if the PNP did win the election? We would have been in the worst position ever. Thank God the people of Jamaica made the right decision on September 3rd. Because the amount of run with it policy, where the PNP that come with Bunting say we need to do a radical social program. We need to remember that it was the Jamaica Labour Party under the leadership of Bruce Golding who brought the Jamaican people through the first oil crisis in 2000, the financial meltdown in 2008. We need to remember that it is Jamaica Labour Party under the leadership of Andrew Holness who brought the country through COVID. It is the Andrew Holness administration who brought the country through burial. And this is the Andrew Holness administration that will bring the people of Jamaica through the Middle East crisis started by Donald J. Trump. So I am confident, calm. I'm not naive. I know so we have troubled days ahead. Testing time coming, but I am confident that my government and the leadership of Andrew Michael Holness will come up with policies to help the Jamaican people and to navigate us through this troubling time that is ahead of us. I am confident. Me worried about the Middle East and the world at large, but I trust that we have the right government in place, guys. We have the right government in place that is tried, tested and proven, because every single time when the country is tested and under Andrew Michael Holness, they come through a head. Over Carl Lewis with you, Richard, and you, Blair. Yeah, go on over the diamond, go get the hat here over there. You know what I mean? I was telling yourself go on, go enjoy yourself. You remember me, no mind, you know. So go on over there, go get from the comrade them what them have to offer. What me over here I say.
We don't want to hear nothing from the comrade.
Yeah, Jamaica Labour Party, the PNP cannot bring nothing to the table right now. Steady hands are on the ship. Steady hands are at the wheel, Khadija. The Jamaica Labour Party and the Andrew Michael Holness is the administration who already bring it through COVID. Who already, when the world shut down during COVID, Andrew Michael Holness administration, not one single public sector worker was sent home during COVID. Not one, as a matter of fact, the construction sector, under during COVID was booming. So we are anticipating a boom in the construction sector again during this time. That is why I am calling on my government to hurry up, Khadija, and pass the NARA bill so that we can unleash the big possibility of our country, and we can start the build back, where we can now hire more of people going to work to build back down at St. Elizabeth, and to build back down at Westmoreland, and to build back Trelawney. That is what we're focusing on. We now focus on the PNP and then talking points and then garbage coming from Mark Jefferson Golding, because the people of Jamaica already reject Mark Golding. Morning, Skyfall. Morning, my darling, Skyfall. We're here talking about the oil crisis that will be affecting our country 2 weeks from now. Darrell Vaz say by Wednesday coming, expect higher prices at the pump. That is what we're talking about. So anybody who can go full up over the weekend, go and go full up. Go and go full up. Take a little money and go and go full up. The money we're going to use and buy KFC Friday And the money when I go use go to Port Royal, go buy fish Friday, go and go full up on a tank at the pumps. And if you don't have to drive, stay home. If you don't have to drive, stay home. Because we can make changes, we can adjust ourselves too. If you don't have to drive, stay home. Because right now it's time now to tighten our belts. Tighten our belts and hold on so we can ride out the little storm where President Trump put us through. And to much tell Guyana to leave me. Tell Guyana to leave me alone if them now make Jamaica refine them oil. What you mean by that, you? I don't know if Jamaica, I don't know if Petrojam has the capacity to refine any more oil, because remember, we're still refining oil for Trinidad, right? Anybody know that? None of my bright people them not there, none of my bright people them over, so. So we never have nobody to tell me if we're still refining, are we still refining oil for Trinidad? I have to Google it. Because none of my bright people them not come yet, they're over, so I talk to the PNP, which is fine. I don't even know if we have the capacity. Skyfall, do we have the capacity to refine any more oil for Guyana? Yes, we are. All right, Raquel. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. So I don't even know. Maybe we need to find our money and expand Petrojam. But you know what? When we find oil in 2028, select international farmers, we can expand our refinery. We can expand refinery without money. And when we start drill and we find with oil, then we can use some other revenue there for expand Petrojam. But until then, we have to keep ourselves, because we can't spend money before we make money. We have to know where the money coming from before we jump up and talk, say, oh, we are going to expand refinery. It make more sense. But yes, guys, I am confident that my government under the leadership of Andrew Michael Holness is at the table right now thinking about strategies and policies to help the people of Jamaica as it relates to the cost of living and the cost of oil. Because don't know President Trump, well, I mean, I tell you, President Trump put us through a lot. President Trump put us through a lot, Skyfall. Mute your mic, sister. President Trump put us through a lot, and we have to just hold on and see what I go, because there's absolutely nothing the Jamaican government can do about what is going on in the Middle East. We don't have no say. We can't call President Trump and say, morning, Staff Garden. We can't call President Trump and tell him, say, if we come up with a deal and open the Strait of Hormuz. We not no say, beloved. We are not the big boys. As a matter of fact, nobody can call the president and tell him nothing. Nobody can call the president and tell him nothing, because we know that Donald Trump don't listen to nobody at all. Not even the advisors who told him that he should not go to war with Iran, because it is a possibility that Iran would have closed the Strait of Hormuz. Not even them President Trump never listened to. Because you know what? Based on the information that I am getting from overseas, Miss Justice, me hear the people, the technocrats did tell the president that it was a possibility that the Iranians would have closed the Strait of Hormuz. And Donald Trump still went ahead with Israel and start the war with Iran. So nobody can talk to President Trump. So our Prime Minister can call him and say, President Trump, our Jamaican people are suffering. May I beg you, please open the Strait of Hormuz so with the price of oil can go down. Nope. Jamaica secured a $90 million US dollar deal in 2025. What was the deal about, Raquel? What was the deal about? Tell me about the deal. We can call President Trump, Comrade Staff Garden, and tell the president, oh, you ask me what's up? Nothing up with us here talking about the troubling time ahead that is coming as it relates to the price of oil, thanks to President Trump. Exactly, Lisa. Him don't give a shit. President Trump don't care about nobody's opinion. And nobody cannot call him and tell him, say, for open up the Strait of Hormuz, or if we negotiate with the Iranian so we can bring down the price of oil. Nobody cannot tell him we just have to wait. And in the meantime, while we wait, Staff Garden, we have put in policies in place to help our people. And that is why Darrell Vaz said yesterday that we may be going back to some COVID measures and some uneducated undereducated dunce comrades criticizing Darrell Vaz, talking about Darrell Vaz saying that we're gonna go to lockdown time. Darrell Vaz said no such thing. As a matter of fact, Darrell Vaz was talking to the Minister of Education when he said that, Minister, we maybe go back to some COVID measures where we take the learning online. That is what the minister said. The minister never said we go back to no lockdown policy. Why would we deliberately close on our economy? Are we crazy? Are we crazy, comrade? Why would the government close down the economy? That spells sense too, no? Sometimes you just turn on on camera on a phone and you just, because you have a phone and you just feel like say, you just chat shit. Because you don't have a phone in your hand, you just feel like say, well, me have a phone and me can talk. Why would the government, after coming out of a major devastating Hurricane Melissa, close down with economy? That don't make no sense, comrades. That don't spell sense. Why would we deliberately close down with economy? What Darrell Vaz meant, and I cannot believe we really have to explain this. I cannot believe we really have to explain this, Raquel, to them. Darrell Vaz was saying that we may have to go back online, take learning online, because we want to take some of the children off the road and take some of the traffic off the road. Because a lot of parents, a lot of children going to school, and it costs we have to drive up and down more. So in order for us to cut fuel costs, we take some of the children them off of the road, remove some of the trips where the buses are going to make. That's what he meant, comrade. That is what he meant. And I don't see anything wrong with the idea. It's just that I don't know about the primary schools, because some of the primary children, young children, them never adapt to the online learning. And some of the parents have to go to work and they don't have anyone to stay home with their children while they go to work. So I don't know about the primary schools. But the high schools, we can accommodate that in the high schools. We can. We can accommodate that in the high schools. All we have to do between grade 7 and grade 9, we can let them go in 3 days a week, and between grade 10 and grade 12, them go in 2 days a week. So 3 days face to face, 2 days online. We can implement policies, man. And then exam now, between 7 and grade 9. We do the exam, and some of the exam them the school them can cut out to come. Like some of the tests them, like all physical education, like all religious education, all of them unnecessary subject when they teach at school, they can cut out some of them, they just give them a maths test and an English test. A maths test and an English test, and maybe 2 science subjects. Yeah. Some of them are necessary subjects, the skyfall, where them are test, they put them pan. They can't cut them out because them they're not relevant. Like between grade 7 and grade 9. Just give them a maths test and an English test and make them go on home. Some of the other tests them not relevant, because some of the things when the teacher them a teach at school, it have absolutely nothing to do with the putting them daily life. Maths and English are the most important subjects in school. So all the ministry have to do, tweak the curriculum, one queen, and say, okay, for the final exams, we're going to only test them on maths and English. And all of the rest of subject them, we bring over them midterm grades. They don't need to have school keep for all week for test picnic and religious education, physical education, home economics, and all them subject there. Not even social study not relevant right now, and history. Because the history that them a teach, put them in a school, it have absolutely nothing to do with their daily life. The European history, what them a teach with the children them in a school, that could have done. Because when you go out in the real world, you don't use that in a nothing at all. 4 main subjects, one queen: English, maths, and 2 science subjects. English, maths, and 2 science subjects. That's it. That is it. And send home the pitney them. That is it. Cut school. social study. If they not do no social study test, that not hurt them. Because as a matter of fact, one queen, a lot of the things them where the children them want to learn as it relates to social study and geography, them can learn that on Google. Because a lot of things when me learn about the Middle East and about Europe and I Google me learn them on YouTube. A lot of things when me learn about other countries. I Google and YouTube me learn it pan. In Skyfall, a lot of things when me learn. YouTube me learn it pan. I'm sure if me ask anyone I want know where they pan platform right now, when I teach you about the Middle East, when I teach you about the Middle East in a school, right now the Middle East is one of the most volatile part in the world right now, and they taught us absolutely nothing about the Middle East while we were going to school. Absolutely nothing. And the Middle East is so important right now as it relates to trade. As it relates to trade, the Middle East is very important, Mickey. And they taught us absolutely nothing about the Middle East and how important it is for the daily economic of our country. They don't teach me nothing. All them teach you about Christopher Columbus and Pinta Nina and Santa Maria and the European them and this and that. They don't teach you nothing that was important to our daily life. They taught us nothing. They never teach you what we're supposed to know. And now, because of social media, a lot of us can turn on our phone and say, "Rated 90%," and where we get we fuel from, where we get we grains from our economy, where we get the fertilizer from, where we do the most trade. They don't teach you nothing. All them teach you be a foolishness. So if the minister can tweak the curriculum in order to get the children them the children them out of the school quick and fast, so we don't have to worry about the electricity costs for run the schools, and we don't have to worry about the fuel costs for run the school bus them. That would be good. Morning, Mickey.
You know what I said?
Morning, Mickey. Mute your mic until I'm ready to come in, darling.
Yeah, man. Morning, Madam Speaker.
Yes. We think about some of the things that the government can do to help to alleviate the cost of fuel that we're going to be experiencing next week.
Boy, you see Jamaican people, man. The people can do a lot, But when you say the government have got to force them.
Have to force them, Mickey. Have to force them. You know that.
The government can't absorb that loss.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
The government can't continue subsidizing the cost.
Cannot.
They have to tax it can.
The government, what Darrell Vaz said, Mickey, was that we had a cap on the cost of fuel, the price where Petrojam can sell the fuel for, and the government was subsidizing it. But due to the global shortage of the oil and the price going up, because remember, we budget for oil at $70 a barrel. Now oil is at $100 a barrel. So the government cannot continue. Darrell Vaz is saying that if the government continue to subsidize oil, it is going to cost us $11 billion. Where would that money come from?
Yeah. If we're not going to tax, we're going to have to cut some capital projects,
exactly.
Or cut something, cut some fund, cut the hospital budget or the education budget to save money to that.
Right.
But Madam Speaker, I say something the other day. Yesterday I was wondering if it's true. What they were saying that in Guyana, I think there was a shortage. People were complaining that they go gas station and can't get gas.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Because remember, Mickey, I was saying it before you come in a car, you must have it over the big platform. And I say it's okay, when you not come, Mickey, and repeat.
Guyana down the road.
Guyana don't have any refinery, darling.
Yeah.
So you see all of the oil that Guyana pump, it goes out in the global market to be refined elsewhere, and I think it goes to America. I think 100% of the oil that Guyana pump go to America, right? And then America refines and sell it back to Guyana. So Guyana have to buy oil just like we. A lot of people don't know that, Mickey. And that is why I said, Mickey, the schools need to adjust what they are teaching our children, because they need to teach the children, Mickey, about the realities of the world. And start teach about Christopher Columbus discovered Jamaica, Pampinta, Nina, and Santa Maria. That's garbage. You need to teach, because a lot of people did not know anything about the Middle East, Mickey, until it started to affect us. So I think we're doing this generation that have a phone in their hand a disservice by not teaching them about global politics and how politics affect us globally. Because a lot of people shocked when they hear say Guyana run out of oil. A lot of persons were shocked.
Yeah, because everybody is saying, boy, Guyana found so much oil. Guyana is for the last 6 or 7 years, Guyana is the fastest growing economy in the world because of the oil, you know.
Yes.
Until that Guyana.
You know why Guyana run out of oil, Mickey? Because Guyana is competing for the sea oil that we Jamaicans are competing for. And because Guyana is competing, everybody buy from the same market, the price of oil is going up. Remember last week, President Trump tweeted, Mickey, I don't know if you see it, that big oil tankers now at the port in Texas coming to buy oil, sweet oil from them. So if the people them can't get the oil from Saudi Arabia, from Qatar, from the UAE, or from Iran, then they will be going to America to buy the oil from America. And me and Mickey say, if everybody buy oil from America, the cost of oil will go up.
Yeah.
And that is what we are experiencing now. And that is why Darrell Vaz is saying to the people of Jamaica, if you don't know how to go up on the road, don't go. And if you can carpool. And he's saying to the minister, if we can go online for a couple of days, let us go online. Nothing is wrong with that, Mickey. What the PNP them criticize?
No, but that is going to, look here, that is going to take a big cut in our foreign exchange budget, if we have to spend so much on oil alone. It's foreign exchange of use US dollars have to use to buy it,
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and it will cut. When you have a shortage of US dollars now, then the dollar have got the value and so on.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So that is why I was saying, Mickey, before you come, I know that Darrell Vaz is a man. When he talk, it is self-explanatory. We don't have to go in a dictionary if you wonder what Darrell Vaz is saying. Just talk it as it is. So I hope after the government leave cabinet and decide on the policy, Darrell Vaz can come out and address the country, Mickey. Don't allow Mark Golding to address the nation. Don't allow Mark Golding to address the nation.
Okay, Madam Zig, remember, JUTC, I get a big subsidy from the government.
All right.
The government, yeah.
Don't allow Mark Golding to come out with it, because me see them run out already. Mickey talk about how the PNP had put a hedge fund in place and the Jamaica Labour Party move it. So tell me something now, Mickey. And the people them who there we're not busy. When was the last PNP administration in power?
No, but the funniest thing about it, I didn't get to look it up, but we lost a lot of money on the hedge fund.
Exactly. That is exactly what I was getting at, Mickey. The PNP, of course, because when the price of oil went down to $40 a barrel, $50, we were still buying at the price that we had fixed, and we couldn't come out. That is why we couldn't. You see, the PNP, Mickey, they cater to the dons. They cater to the dons, Mickey.
It slipped me, because I was supposed to look it up this morning to get the exact figure and thing. We lost a lot of money.
That is why Dr. Clark did not continue with it. Because when we had the hedge fund in place, it was immediately after the high cost of the oil fuel cost. And after that, 2 years, 18 months after that, the cost of oil dropped, and we still had to be paying the high price fixed on Skyfall. So when the PNP come in to say that they had a hedge fund in place, the PNP expects Skyfall, the same hedge fund that was in place 10 years ago, to be valid now. So they expected us to be paying the high price for the past 10 years to be benefited from it. No, that is stupid.
We'll be losing millions, man.
That would be stupid. So, but because the PNP know, Mickey, that a lot of Jamaican people, they not really do them own research. They can go on the platform and say absolutely anything, and the PNP people will just say, yes, PNP putting hedge fund in place and JLP moved, and now we are buying oil for their price. Which that is not the case. We removed the hedge fund, Mickey, because the cost of oil went down and we were paying the high price same way. And that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, man, you're totally correct, because the driver can't get to look it up, but you're correct.
That was 10 years ago, comrade. Do you expect us to be paying the high price for 10 years to benefit from the other price now? That wasn't smart business. That was smart business decision by the PNP to do that. Pure garbage and talk, Tim. And because them have the PNP people who gullible, and you hear Mickey just say him forgot to look it up. Not one single comrade now look it up, Mickey.
No, they just take anything.
Not one single comrade not looking it up.
Madam Speaker, once a fool put out something, everybody run with it, and that's how they operate.
That's how they operate.
Me see the boy there. I never, the man fool him, the one, the Alvaro put out something. And Madam Speaker, what Damian King now? Cause Damian King them, that is why Perkins rate them, Damian King is going to say the consumer CIP, consumer oh God, the consumer me wrote down everything, but now hear with me. He was saying the cost when the government loaned the money to JPS, all right, at that interest rate. He was saying the consumer price index suggests that inflation will be 5%. So when they lend them when they lend them that money now, that is just a prediction, When they lend them that money now, they really hold up. All right, I'll soon come back. Somebody
no problem. You see people like Damian King them, the Jamaica Labour Party put them out of business, People like Damian King them, Mickey. Jamaica Labour Party administration put them out of business. Because when the People's National Party was in power, they were the movers and shakers in the country and in the economy. And anything to do with economy, them run out. And anything to do with consultation and consultant work, them run out. So because the Jamaica Labour Party come in power now, and we had the brilliant minister, Dr. Nigel Clark, we never need the likes of them. We never need the likes of them lifestyles. So because Dr. Clark put them out of business now, they are seeking relevance. They are now seeking relevance because we put them out of power and put them out of work. We cut down the feeding tree that they were benefit from. Morning, Sister Nax. We cut down the feeding tree that they were benefited from under PNP. So because they're not they are irrelevant.
Okay. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Go ahead. We are hearing now.
Man. So he's saying that because the projected consumer price index will be about 5%, then the loan is really an interest-free loan. But guess what happened now? The minister clapping back, But the PNP, them, because them so stupid, they don't get it. The minister said, listen, that is a good, because remember, Madam Speaker, the interest on the loan, if them so fool and realize that the consumers are JPS going to pay that money, them think the money is going to come out of JPS pocket.
That's exactly what Favor say. Favor say if we give them a loan like we say, for example, we gave them the loan at 11% interest. All the JPS would have done was pass on the money, the difference to the people of Jamaica to pay. You think the JPS was going to take the losses? They would have passed them back to the consumers who are the Jamaican people. So we did this for the country. We did this for the and Darrell Bass said it from the get-go, Mickey. Darrell Bass said the reason we're giving JPS this loan is to prevent them prevent us from giving them a extension in the contract, or either we send them in the market to get the loan at 15%, and when they come back, Skyfall, they would pass on the difference to the consumers who are the Jamaican people. So we did it for the people of Jamaica, and it was a smart decision.
It was a smart decision, but Madam Speaker, when I check, the MSME, micro small and micro small and something there.
Medium business.
Medium business, good. They get money to borrow from the Exim Bank and the Jamaica Development Bank. The government lending them money below 5% interest rate. So what they're saying, so that means they're getting, if you go by is consumer price index thing. So they're getting money interest free then. I mean, I don't understand Damian Crawford. And listen, we get money from China, from the Chinese Exim Bank and the multilateral at 2 and 3%. That means we're getting money from those people below the consumer price index. Once we get it below 5%, that means
Look here.
Interest free.
Before they go away, because somebody they called, I was telling the people them say, remember Dr. Clark retired them the people there, Mickey. Remember Dr. Clark retired the likes of them know it all day and them so-called economists there, Because under the PNP, they had big job and big contracts. And they were the ones that everybody looked to for advice and for guidance when it comes to the economy. But when Dr. Clark came into power, Dr. Clark was so good, we never need them. So I really want them a seek again. I work them a look now.
Yeah, but you say, Madam Speaker, that is why Wilmot Perkins never rate them, Because when Damian King, in realize say the minister catch him, but the PNP them can't see it. Him realize the minister catch him when him come with his nonsense, Because him know within himself, Madam Speaker. So if that, as you say, if that give them the loan at 11% or 10%, it is the consumer of JPS that is going to pay back that money.
Of course,
and that's
absolutely.
what point out him.
Absolutely. Yes, Skyfall. Morning, my dear. Welcome.
Morning, everybody. Big up yourself, Nicky.
Yeah, man.
So me look for the you asked Madam Speaker about the refinery. How come we can't do it for Guyana? So me do some reading, and them say first of all our refinery too small.
Right.
And them say we can do 35,000 barrels per day.
Right.
And Guyana them want 900,000 barrels a day.
Right.
Right, and the technology we have it not up to date for produce such. So you're right. We would need a expansion.
Yes, so I figured. And we have to find with oil money Skyfall. We can't use tax dollars and you're mad?
That don't make no sense right now.
No.
So Trinidad has the capacity to do 150,000 a day. And in fact, there's a news article with Nationwide said them talk to Trinidad to see if them can use for them refinery. So Trinidad might have them for them refinery back up and running soon.
Yes.
So yeah, that's information I find.
Thank you very much.
In the meantime, they must send them crude oil to Netherlands, US, UK, Panama, and them places them send them.
And then they turn around now and buy oil back for running country. And that is why they run out of oil. That is what I was saying to the people this morning. King, you just come, me say the overs to cock up.
Please.
No, please. You see, the thing is, guys, it's all good. Let me tell you something with me or me still. People that King them will watch me no long time. You see, the thing is, PNP don't really interested in a wagwan like Jamaica. They're more interested in a politics. And I am just saying to the government, Skyfall, and to King, we have a crisis coming at us right now with the oil thing. And our government need to be focusing on that, not on PNP and then talking points and then narrative and then garbage press conference king. Because we don't want to be caught with our pants down next week and week after next when Donald Trump don't get no deal with the Iranians them. So I like how Darrell Vaz came out this morning and yesterday and spoke about it. And if there is no deal by the weekend between Iran and America, I expect Darrell Vaz to come out again Tuesday and address the nation and let us know what is going on. Because we have a serious crisis ahead of us, Skyfall. This is no joke. This is no joke. If the cost of oil go up to 150 a barrel, King, we cannot afford it. Exactly, King. So PNP a waste of time. PNP a waste of time. Remember, Skyfall, it was the Jamaica Labour Party who brought the country through COVID. It is the Jamaica Labour Party who brought the country through burial. And it is the Jamaica Labour Party who the people will be looking to bring us through this oil crisis. We cannot allow the PNP to set no narrative and to distract us. And that is what we are focusing on now, going forward along with the Jacqueline situation. We're not, PNP are done. PNP are done, Skyfall. We can't make them lead with no rabbit hole, with no foolishness and no talking points and no goddamn nonsense when our government is trying to get information out that there's a crisis ahead. Put on a life jacket. It's for us, the bloggers here, to set the narrative and to tell the PNP them will not pay attention. Skyfall say, Rihanna come, look out, get your tarpaulin, get your umbrella ready. Rain is coming. Them a distraction.
Madam Speaker, you see, the thing is, you cannot busy up yourself and not build a house, And while you are building a house, you have a man downstairs, a stone,
Thank you.
And he telling you, come down, Because remember, Nehemiah was busy building the wall, and the detractors were just there telling him to come down and laugh off him and them thing like. So that's going now.
Kalupan Voice of the Nation now say that the government said the war would not affect us. When the government said that the war would not affect us, the Strait of Hormuz was not closed, Voice of the Nation. When the Minister of Finance say right now we are monitoring the situation and it is not affecting us currently. That
so
was
no
true.
Government can't speak in absolute terms.
Government can't. That was true, Voice of the Nation.
We can't bother with them, brother. That's why I'm left from over saying and him look like him. We can't bother me.
When the government said that, comrades, the Strait of Hormuz was not closed, King, and Donald Trump. Let me tell you something, comrades. Let me tell you something. The United States went into Venezuela and took out Maduro one night, and there was no war, and there was no effect on the economy. When President Trump and Netanyahu went to start the war with Iran, Voice of the Nation, they thought, and that is because they're dumb, and I mean, Netanyahu knew, but Donald Trump was gullible. So I'm going to say Donald Trump was gullible, Mickey. Donald Trump thought that it would have been a 1 week war, Raken. Because if you remember, shortly after Donald Trump and Israel attacked Iran, Donald Trump came out the next day and said, the war is over, we won. We decimate Iran and all of them navy is under the sea and we obliterate them and the war is finished. Remember, President Trump came out 1 week after the war and said the war is finished. So you cannot say that we never we told the country that the war it will not affect us. When our minister said that the Strait of Hormuz was not closed. It's a different situation now. For the past 2 weeks, the Iranian closed the Strait of Hormuz and that affect the flow of oil. And that is what driving up the cost of the fuel. And that is what is affecting our country now. And not only Jamaica, but the world. Voice of the Nation, not too political.
Monje, me in the office, I'm in the raise my voice. But
yes,
3 months ago, right? Before the war broke out. The talks with Iran and the Middle East, I think election was over in September. And I think I did my last podcast a little bit after Melissa. And What I did was to go on to Standard and Poor and a few other websites, IMF, and we're looking at the negotiation because the US was always in talk with Cuba. And when we highlighted that there will be a war because it is not a private information, it is public data, I can remember the government said that nothing in the Middle East will affect us. And the IMF stated
That is
20%.
false.
Hold on. And how me tell a lie when
That is false. That is false.
All right, justify my action that the IMF state that what I'm saying is lie. How you know lie me tell you?
Because I know that nobody thought, nobody knew.
That's a lie. No,
nobody knew that the United States and Israel would have attacked Iran.
Hold on, Munchi. The IMF already stated that any war in the Middle East will trigger an oil crisis because 25% of oil comes out. Those were data JP Morgan and Chase Bloomberg are looking at the cost of a war. What did our government say? We are not in any direct. Then any government know that if a war breaks out in the Middle East, it will have major effect on us. But we did not have an ally.
Never said that. The government said, Voice of the Nation, that we are monitoring the situation in the Middle East.
Where you get that information?
Currently, those were the words of the Minister of Finance. Me and you attack, and you're not going to bring any misinformation and any false news up here. The government of Jamaica and the government of Jamaica, Voice of the Nation, said to the people of Jamaica, the war in the Middle East, after the war started, I don't know we're talking about 3 months ago, because 3 months ago, nobody knew that Donald Trump was
the war was already in making 3 months ago, Munchi.
3 months ago,
yes.
Nobody
I can show you articles, Munchi.
Voice of the Nation, article
Munchi,
is not. Article is just article.
So, Munchi, how long ago the government of America asked the Iranian for regime change? Last week? How long ago that happened?
47 years.
No, I'm talking about Mr. Trump.
47 years.
No. I am talking about Mr. Trump.
Listen to me. Voice of the Nation, please listen. You're not going to understand for years. Any false news up here. So please mute your mic and learn something today, because you guys go from platform to platform with false information. So now is the time for you to get that teacher. No, you hold on. I'm going to make it back. You hold on.
Ask you.
You are going to get a chance to ask me a million questions after me set the groundwork. For 40 years, the Israeli government has been trying to get the United States to help them to enact a regime change in Iran. Ever since the Iranian Revolution Guard take over Iran, Benjamin Netanyahu has been to every single president in America and telling them that Iran is 1 week away from getting a missile. He go all over Europe and him go all over America, and that is him talking point.
That's 6 months ago.
No. If you look, Voice of the Nation, if
you're
you look
up to
at the
date,
data,
you're right.
If you look at the data,
I'm saying to you, you're right.
Every single United States president in go to and tell him
Munchi,
that. No,
6
wait,
months
I'm
ago.
I'm gonna allow you.
Okay.
Then Benjamin Netanyahu, since President Trump come in, has been campaigning with Lindsey Graham to get President Trump to attack Iran. They did it in June when they dropped the bunker buster on them and told the country that the Iranian nuclear program was completely obliterated. You know what obliterated mean, Voice of the Nation? Mean it done, complete, can't put back together.
Hold your point. Jared Kushner and Whitaker 6 months ago make a press briefing that there will be a war because there was no regime change, and that was
no,
I
did not see that press briefing.
Oh,
I
you
did
never
not
see
that.
Okay.
Nobody saw
but let
that.
me tell you where they had that press
and as a matter of fact, with all due respect for Ambassador of the Nation, Jared Kushner and Whitaker is not control. It does not run America. President
so who
Trump,
are the chief negotiation of the war?
Just puppets. President
who are
Trump,
the chief negotiation of the war?
President Trump is the negotiator. If you listen to the Iranian,
you're wrong. President Trump is not the negotiator.
Listen to me now, Voice of the Nation. If you listen to the Iranian side of the story,
Munchi, you need to stop that foolishness.
No, you need to stop talk foolishness. You need to stop talk foolishness. You need to
Jared
stop talking
Kushner.
foolish. This girl you're talking to is well informed when it comes to foreign politics.
All
You
right,
need to stop
Munchi,
talking.
Munchi.
Listen and learn. Why so we
May I
can't talk
ask you
one
a
time?
question? Who are the chief negotiator of the
Those
war?
persons are puppet. President Trump, if you list the voice of the nation.
Munchi,
No. Let me answer the question, not voice. Come on, you ask me my answer. The Iranian persons that were at the negotiating table in Pakistan, voice of the nation, told the people of the world that every single minute the vice president phone ring, every 2 seconds. They said that they could not even have a decent conversation because he was communicating constantly with people. Every 5 seconds, he cannot make any decision. It is there online for you to see.
Hold on now, Munchi.
So Donald Trump is the man in charge.
All right, hold
not
on now, Munchi.
those persons' name that you're calling.
All right, Munchi, hold on now. Quick. Donald Trump, as we know, is a president and the commander-in-chief. The chief negotiators of the entire thing is Whitaker, Jared Kushner. And this last negotiation, let me finish now. Well, let me finish.
Don't even go over that.
No, let me finish.
Send out boys.
Let me finish.
They can't make any voice of the nation.
No.
How can
voice of the nation, please
Munchi,
listen.
You just talk.
Those
Munchi, you
persons
just
cannot
talk.
make any decision without Donald
Munchi,
Trump
you
telling
just
them.
talk.
Yes,
JD Vance went to Pakistan.
I'm speaking.
And no, I'm talking to Munchi. I am talking to Munchi.
No. But I'm
No.
But I was talking
All right,
to Munchi before you
anytime
came
you can
here.
control the people, you can hear you attack. And the man nobody else.
Control these people. Who is this?
Munchi.
Hey, crawl back on the
Don't shut the program, guys. So don't know what going on.
No, but
Munchi,
and
me you attack. Until Munchi let me finish.
Munchi, who is this person?
No, me not need to
Vice
hear
of the
from you.
nation, wait.
Munchi,
Vice of the nation, wait.
No, Munchi, not because I let me finish.
Wait. No, I'm going to allow you to speak.
No,
I'm going to allow you to
Munchi,
speak. Vice of the nation, but listen to me now. Listen to me
well,
now.
Munchi, me you attack. So
Me and you and everybody on the platform.
but there must be one at a time. Munchi.
Yes, one at a time, but everybody in the program.
Yes, but give me my chance and then someone just come in the Munchi. Fear is fair. Give me my time, Munchi, and then him can come in.
All right, go.
You're
no, give me a talk now.
Who do you think you're talking to?
The last negotiation that JD Vance led, the outcome was already clear. But there are 6 months of dialogue on the table between Whitaker, Jared Kushner about the war. Bloomberg, JP Morgan, and Chase, everybody had 6 months data of what the changing of times will be. 6 months ago, Jamaica position remained the same. And the question is, why now we're hearing from the government about oil reservation when we did already know if a war broke, every other country prepare. Every other country has taken a position. Right? And the country that has been affected the most out of this war. Let me finish Munchi.
No, it's actually a question me ask. I'm going to which country was prepared for this war?
The country that is more prepared for this war is Russia.
Russia
because
is
all the sanctions lifted off Russia, and Russia sell cheaper oil than everybody else.
Vice of the nation, stop.
This really give away from
so Munchi, who is benefiting out of the war?
Vice of the nation, all right, mute now. Mute now, please. Mute now, because let me tell you something. Before you come on the platform, me and the people was saying that you have said the PNP. Where we don't know, I don't know what is wrong, we don't know. You can't take politics out of absolutely nothing, and you just proved yourself a while ago. You are saying that I asked you specifically which country was prepared for this war. You see country, you say Russia. Russia, who is self-sufficient when it comes to oil and sell oil and is a first world country who don't depend on United States for nothing. You are crazy, voice of the nation.
Oh, if you crazy when Russia was sanctioned and couldn't sell oil. Russia was sanctioned.
You speak already. Allow Skyfall to speak now. Because you cannot, I don't know. Voice of the nation, remember the PNP platform that with the nonsense, you know, smart people
What I wanted to say is...
With the Skyfall, March 5, 2026, Finance Minister warns Middle East war impact on oil prices in Jamaica. Finance and Public Service Minister Favor Williams says the price of oil in Jamaica is expected to be impacted by the current war in the Middle East. Williams said the extent of the impact will depend on how long the conflict persists noting that there has already been upward movement in the international prices. The war has disrupted global oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz and a narrow but important waterway in the region. About 20% of the world's oil and gas passes through that shipping lane to supply global market. Appearing before the Standing Finance Committee of Parliament this morning, the Finance Minister was presenting the 2026-2027 budget on the context of the Category 5 Hurricane Melissa and escalating conflict in the Middle
Where I
East.
read said this
She
update
approved for you.
you.
She approved for you. No, but
No, there's nothing to prove.
Oil.
6 months
You're
ago, the
she's
government.
proving to you that
is on the
March
global
5th,
market
the government did tell the
expected to have
country
impact
that
on Jamaica.
that the Middle East war will affect the price of oil. So you come with your 6 months out of propaganda, look like a pure fast news you watch.
She told
me,
members
Joyce
of the
of the
committee
nation.
that the price of oil has jumped by 15% since the outbreak of the conflict in the Middle East.
Okay, you hear
Williams
that?
said that since Saturday, the price of crude oil on the global market increased from the US $54 per barrel to US $74 per barrel. Said the government is keeping an eye on the developments.
All right. Thank you very much.
Question to you then.
Thank you very much. So stop with your
when the Prime Minister was
nonsense.
chair of CARICOM, why did the Prime Minister never make a move?
This have nothing to do with CARICOM.
What
We're
you
talking
mean?
about Jamaica. Jamaica. Stop it, voice of the nation. And you need to stop.
So the chief of
Go on
CARICOM
political platform on TikTok and spread that false news about government wasn't prepared for no oil prices.
Munchie,
You need to
you
stop it.
big up yourself.
Voice of the nation. Let me tell you
I'll go on,
something.
my friend.
Waste, man.
When you come, let me tell you something, voice of the nation. It's when you come on a JLP platform, you meet upon educated people, not the PNP people. Them we are leaders straight.
Name voice, him can't shut up.
You meet educated people. You come in to tell us about 6 months ago the war was planned.
They are searching the article and I can't find it, man.
Pure lie.
Me want to know where did the Jamaica government say them not expect the war to affect Jamaica.
Pure
and
lie.
Even so, Munchie, even so, every single government knows in this world that you can't plan for 6 months down the road because anything can happen.
Especially with oil prices, Skyfall.
So even if them say it now affect we right now, they must speak in the now. I want to the brother.
But Skyfall, the argument that Skyfall, sorry, the argument that this war was planned 6 months ago, based on article, is I don't know how Voice of the Nation them have conversation enough because anybody can say anything. At 47 years, President Benjamin Netanyahu was say Iran is 6 months away. Sometimes he said 1 week away. Sometimes he said 3 months away from having a nuclear weapon.
Munchie, it's not even that. The weekend when them did that, all of them sit down around the table and negotiate. The whole of them attack. The whole of them around the table and them leave and say we had a constructive conversation. Saturday morning or the Sunday morning, I bomb them drop in down there. The man them frightened. All the Middle East countries, them allies, and we think the whole of us was friends in this.
Exactly.
They couldn't warn we. Every Saudi, Kuwait, Abu Dhabi, none of them said they had any prior warnings from the US. What is this man you come and tell me about?
This small little Jamaica with 3 million people should have prepared for the war in the Middle East. But the Middle Eastern country, who they right across from Iran, wasn't prepared. What you see these people, Skyfall, it's all about politics for them, you know?
Munch, you see them people here? You see them people here? There's a special place in hell for them if them not repent.
All about politics for these PNP people.
The man them too wicked.
No other country was prepared. Not even Guyana with oil rich.
May I ask you one last question before we run? My question is to you is...
Brethren, may I talk, brethren?
May I run, man? May I ask Munchie one
question? Me not care. I don't care. You're no more important than me. May I talk?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Brethren, yeah. Munchie, let me say something to you. Munchie, you see any labor right, laugh, quite funny. Any labor right on our side, Munchie do no wrongs. Me say them for go to prison. Me say that. You see them
so
people.
Andrew Waitley gone back to the parliament how much I'll miss the Petrojam and I'll know
what did Andrew Waitley
Which Auditor General report said that?
You remember Andrew Waitley much 500 million?
Which Auditor General report said that Andrew Waitley team are sell or whatever oil?
You see, Munchie, them man a distraction, you know. Them a distraction.
Serious by the nation, you guys are crazy.
Munchie Dennis Garden did so much, and them a make excuse, them a bend up themselves in a pretzel. Right now, Mark Golding can't certify, and them a say shorter stuff. Anybody in the GOP, no problem. They say
Anyway,
for going to
Munch, me
prison.
not gonna spend long with you,
Prison.
but my last
Yeah,
thing
brother,
is
man.
is
Brother, you
Munchie.
see who no? You see who no?
Oh, Munchie, what we did really want to say to you, see? Yesterday made it a talk. See?
Where's
And-
the app? I got more you have to tell me. When me find the article where the government was.
Sir, go and go do your research, man. And go do your research, man. Munchie. Yesterday article, Munchie.
Let him tell me
May
when me
I
can't
ask
find the
Munchie
article.
something, man? Chill, man.
Munchie, make him tell me when me can't find the article. But they have some computer.
Go and go look for Bloomberg and look
You're
for
not
Standard
Bloom.
and Poor's.
We're not. The articles
Matter
have
about
no
Jamaica.
sense, Skyfall.
Jamaica, one weird
Pure propaganda they spread.
You see him keep giggling. The man keep laughing because I know him I get found out.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
That's what I'm saying.
anyway,
You want from
giggling,
platform
yeah,
with pure
keep giggling.
propaganda.
Like I
Pure
Munchie,
propaganda.
If you ask your
You're
question,
from man up
Munchie.
in my youth. You're from man
Munchie,
up,
one
man,
quick
and stop the
question. Pull
giggling.
man and
You're
leave
a
me
big
Munchie
man,
alone.
brethren.
Munchie,
Oh, sorry. Never realized
Munch.
the AB conversation.
the question I'm going to ask you. Yesterday, the article state that the former chairman of UWI did report to Tufton and said UWI is a swamp of corruption. Up to 30 people were charged. And when he asked Mr. Tufton to fire the CEO and get a new one, Tufton said no. So why Tufton did not follow up on those reports from the chairman?
All right. Again, let me explain something to you. You see, when the former CEO goes before the PAC and tell the people of Jamaica that him tell Tufton about the corruption and Tufton said no, he not do it, and then you can come back over here so on the same platform, yeah.
So you know, say I go look for the letter.
I mean, you
promise me go look
properly.
for the letter, you know?
No, we don't want a letter, man. Remember, say I go before the PAC, you know.
So, but you tell me, say I go look for your letter.
No, I didn't find. When I thought about it, I said to myself, so why me make this man carrying on a rabbit hole? The man is coming for before the PAC. So when the man come before the PAC, Voice of the Nation, and tell the country where you just tell me, then when you come over here again, you can talk about it. But let me tell you something, Voice of the Nation.
Munchie, me could go back and we talk about.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Voice of the Nation. You need, just when you go on the PNP platforms, you need to stop with the politics. And you need to tell the PNP people that tough times are ahead as it relates to the war in the Middle East. And you need to make it clear. Can they listen to the likes of you, can they not do their own research? You need to make it clear to them.
This is what you promised years ago.
So Andrew cause this we're going to Middle East now? What's the nation?
never say him a cause it.
So come on, man. You come on. You take things from go on, Vice of the Nation. Go on. Go on.
Travis, what go on? Pass me a pass, man. Been a long time.
Go on, man. Go on. What good? What good? What good?
Let me ask this
What good, Vice of the Nation? Because you
on.
upset me. What
No,
good, brother?
no, please, Travis, make him go on.
What good, brother?
Ask Vice a question before I go.
They are laughing at you.
Travis, a long time we not link up, man. Go on.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Do you know who are the founders and partners of Jack then?
It doesn't matter. Because
Okay.
any company, whether private or public officials, break the law, they must be held accountable. I don't care if you're paying per
Okay.
right?
Okay. Good. We're on the same.
But there are 4 other companies that was listed too.
Hold
I
on,
would want to
hold
know
on,
who are the
sir.
founders and the affiliated
Hold on, sir.
parties.
Hold on, sir.
Talking point.
Hold on, sir. We're on the same page. Anyone
Good.
must be charged.
Yes,
We
me,
can agree.
say me always upon the side.
Yeah. Okay. So if it is proven that it is my theory that the Jack Den group of Dennis Gordon is not the true owner behind Jack Den group of
Yeah,
companies.
it's normal. A lot of fronters in companies. A lot of
Okay,
people. I was a front
okay.
of your company too. It
Okay,
was okay. It's
okay.
okay. It's normal in business.
Okay. So if it is proven by investigation that I assume Mocha is
He go
invested,
to prison.
that hold on, that is not only Dennis Garden. Vaz too. Not Vaz,
Anybody touch the public person,
Dawes,
Travis must go to
Dr.
jail.
Dr. Dawes. If it is
Anybody touch a public person must go
proven,
to prison. Travis.
okay, if it is proven, including Mark Golden, right?
Nobody's
Okay.
above the law.
Okay, if it is proven that the Cuban government is the principal owners behind Jack Den and is benefiting indirectly from these billions of contract. I think 1.8 billion since 2024.
Yeah, me see the numbers, but
if
unique.
it's a
It's
Q
not
and
unique.
government is getting all this money, do you think that criminal and espionage charge should be brought between members, brought upon the members of the PNP?
Very good question. And let me answer you. Any individual in any country, especially Jamaica, because I'm a Jamaican first, violate the law for any illicit enrichment should go to prison as long as the evidence is there. There's no exemption. And that goes towards cases that are before the court today, like the Royal Reed saga. If them catch guilty, they go to prison too. Nobody else, not just Jack then. Jamaica filled with too much preference who go to jail, who go to jail. I am on the side of justice. So anybody that is found wanted needs to go to prison. There is no exemption. And that's where I stand, Travi. You have so many cases going on right now. And so anybody that is found wanted, PNP, labor right, must go to prison. And that's where me leave it. Me not hold no favor for nobody, because the law is the law. Because when the hospital then broke down and can't care for Jamaican people, and not just PNP and labor right affected, it's all Jamaicans. We must protect the public purse.
Give me a second, voice. Munchi, you want your friend Blair to come up? I will drop myself and add him if you want.
Travis, so me actually have a question for you, Travis, before you go.
Okay.
Can you read
Munchi, allow me to ask Travis this question.
Read
Travis.
the man name properly, no man. Read the man
Don't
name
worry yourself.
properly.
Me and them are old friends from Mali. You think I know we are close? You don't worry yourself.
Travi in the comment is it's taking exception. Read the man name.
Anyway, trivia. Or where you want. Can't remember some other name. Anyway, my quick question to you. Do you believe if Rural Read and...
you can read, call people name right, because nobody now call you out to your name.
Glad, hold on, man.
Man.
Trivia. I say go.
Yes, trivia.
If Rural Read and him entourage is found guilty.
Which entourage? Be specific.
The guy from Caribbean Maritime.
Okay.
If they're found guilty for troubling the public purse in the Ministry of Education, you think them should go to prison too?
Of course, all of them forgot you.
All right, so all right. You see why I'm Munchi? Hold on, no Trivia.
Let me answer your question.
Hold on, the sky. No man. I mean, Trivia. Hold on, no.
Let me finish answer your question.
Yes. You believe so they should go to prison, right?
Yes, they should.
And no exemption, regardless of party, right?
And hold on. And I would go further to say this. Just like our leader, Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, I took the initiative to remove Rural Read from the initial stage, even before charges were laid. Don't you agree that Mark Golding should took that same step with Dennis Garden?
First and foremost, you have to look at this two-way. If you're going to look at it like, hold on, let me answer, I like reasoning, If you're going to look at it like that, I will have to conclude that any politician of any, let me phrase my word properly, any elected officials or non-elected official that serve in the capacity of the public sector come under scrutiny for any alleged corruption should voluntarily resign out of good governance and integrity and allow the process to finish. And I would credit Richard Hazan to have done that years ago. When his name came up, perfect example. Richard step aside, Mr. Holness walk out of the house, and the investigation and the court battle was over, and he will go fix up himself and he come back. Jamaica needs to operate like that. So PNP and labor, I don't think we can point fingers at whether Mark or Andrew, because that Dalrymple did go get charged and still go back to the parliament. And that's a known case where she got charged. Dalrymple up at South Trelawney. That's a known case that she get charged by the court.
But voice.
No, hold on, Trivia. Don't do that, man.
Would you agree that she was removed?
I'm saying to you, I use the term voluntarily. The only person we see voluntary step aside was Richard Hazan. Everybody else have to wait until they can't go no further. So if you're a man of integrity, sir,
let me correct this. This is, I don't want you to send any misinformation.
No, correct man, tell me who walked out of the parliament voluntarily.
Real reader?
No, he was forced out. Do not say that.
was removed by the leader
No,
before the
no,
investigation
he did not.
commenced.
He did not. He did not. He did
He
not.
was charged. He was charged while
No,
being a
sir.
member. He was charged while being a
The Prime Minister asked them to step aside upon the last resort of evidence. You must be fair and honest.
Okay. My question to you now: when will Mark Golden ask Dennis Garden to step aside, or he will not do that because he has
Very
an
good
internal
question.
election coming up?
All
And
right, very good question.
Hold on.
You.
And he needs his delegates. Is that the reason why Mark Golden is afraid to remove?
All right,
Dennis
sir.
Garden
Very good
his
question.
delegates?
Very good question. You see this situation with UA? I don't know if you understand how serious it is. It is not a PNP or a JLP matter anymore. The public purse doesn't belong to one party. The public purse belongs to all Jamaicans. And we must be honest that Jamaica have been suffering for the past 60 years of bad governance on both sides. And if we're all reasonable people, I don't think we need to highlight one side, make one say happy and one say sad. Because, as I said, the reason why Mayor Munchi and many other people can reason. When it comes down to Jamaica, they're going to split justice. I may support the PNP, but I want to split justice. So I think whatever the necessary measures are, the leader of the opposition, Mark Golden, will take those steps accordingly. And when I say accordingly, you have to look at other cases and scenarios in the parliament where people it's a very sensitive matter, because on both sides of the aisle you have cases that are sensitive, and you have to be careful how you look at it.
But you're not
Sky,
answering the
me
question.
already answer you.
You're not
I
answering the
said
question.
you want to take the
Hello.
necessary measures accordingly.
Hello, I thought the topic today was Jack Den.
You're not answering the
Jack
question.
Den and Dennis Garden, please.
But if the question, Travi, let me ask you a question.
No, answer
Hold
my
on,
question
Travi.
first. Answer my question first.
I answered you.
No, you didn't answer the question. Did he answer the
Trivia,
question?
what's your question?
Did he answer
Be
the
quick.
question and comments? All right, you want me to ask the question again?
Yes.
All right. Should Mark Golden remove Dennis Garden from
where?
From being a member of?
No, you cannot do that. He's an elected official. Only the part, only you cannot. He will have to resign it by. He would have to do that voluntarily.
Let me talk now.
No, Skyfall, you can't just jump in that argument. Let me finish, you know. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Just wait a minute now. May I beg you?
Trivia.
May I beg you wait a minute? Trivia. The question I'm asking.
The institution of the PNP has to take that stand.
Hold on,
Skyfall cannot take that. You see, you don't have no manners, you know.
No,
Your
I'm
voice is
talking
not
to
more
Trivia.
important than mine, you know. Your voice, I got
Trivia.
an opinion. I have
Trivia.
an opinion that I would like to share.
Here, man. This now make no sense. You're trying to jump in. Man, that's a question and you jump. Hold on, man.
would like to share an opinion
Trivia.
with Trivia.
The question
voice
you
is more
ask yourself
important
when you
than
ask
mine.
that same question: did Dal Filbert?
You see, you're not even
Adult
answer the
Filbert?
man question and you fight me down.
Or when you
You're not
want to
answer the
and
man
beat up
question
a
and you
woman?
fight me down.
Did
Boy,
they
I'm not telling you,
resign?
you love Mike.
And MP, no. You cannot. They cannot do that.
Sir, you are not answering my question.
And I said to you, I would not recommend him to go tell the man to go resign. Because if that is the case, there are so many laborers who did not resign out of them seat. Wheatley sitting in seat as he was investigated for corruption out of Petrojam.
Voice of the nation.
Madam Speaker, I ask a question that is not fair.
Voice of the nation. Let me tell you.
Yes, Munji.
You hear me?
Yeah, me
Tell me
hear
good
you
hear me.
clearly.
Somebody just call me. Now hear me?
You asked me a question. If
All right, wait.
Miss Gardner should resign, right?
Vice,
And
and
I
let me
said,
tell you why he should resign. You say you don't think he should resign. Let me tell you why. It was Mark
why Andrew
Jefferson
really never
Golden.
resigned?
Let me tell you why.
Anybody
Being
come under
illegal, right?
corruption charges should
Let me
resign voluntarily.
listen, man. Listen. I'm gonna answer that.
Resign for.
Listen, let me tell you why Dennis Garden should resign. Because it was Mark Jefferson Golden Voice of the Nation, who went around the country for 4 years, telling the people of Jamaica that under his leadership, there will play the tape, Navi. There will be absolutely no corruption.
Okay,
He went on to say, wait. No, me not finish. Me not finish. No.
How many
He
corruption
went
under
on to say,
Andrew
no,
and nobody
boy,
charged?
stop it. He went on to say that under his leadership, anyone who is accused of or found doing anything corrupt will be removed from his administration. It was Mark
Andrew
Jefferson
Weekly,
Gold in Vietnam. It was Mark Jefferson.
Parliament.
It was
Tell
Mark
me about that.
Vietnam man, you can't ask me if they're done. It was Mark Jefferson Golding who ran on integrity. Mark Jefferson Golding who said he is the integrity boss, and under his watch, none.
So, all right, Munchi, me have a question for you now. Before you go,
tolerated.
Munchi, one foot quick
As
Corruption takes Navi, pause it, no man. Well, no man.
Listen, it is important. Listen.
Munchi, a foolish to go on it, man. Foolish.
Children's education.
Munchi later, yeah, man.
Hospitals of basic necessities.
Munchi, pause it here.
Means that roads are not fixed. Corruption deepens inequality. It siphons up taxpayers'
know
money
the story
to
already.
make a few
Munchi,
cronies
why Filbert got
richer
back in the parliament?
with the political connections
And
instead
Filbert
of
was charged.
benefiting the people. This government has been doing everything.
May I ask you why Dal Filbert is in the parliament today? She was charged
so let
for
me
corruption.
finish now. Mama D.
Yeah, she was charged, right?
Yeah, man, we agree.
No, man, to make you positive, man.
Listen, no, man. You have to listen, man.
Munchi, we listen to the tape already, man. Positive, I'm sitting, man.
Listen to me now.
Munchi, why is that? You agree with Filbert in the parliament?
On a program.
Munchi, you think Dal Filbert, Mama D should have gone at the parliament for charge of corruption?
Yes, she should be in the parliament.
Then if
just
you
like
agree with
listen
Mama D in the parliament and you have alleged corruption as an MP, then will make a difference if you love Jamaica?
Because you know what I answer. Vice of the Nation, you can't not allow me to answer. Vice
Me
of the
tell
Nation.
you say, if you pause the tape and you didn't play the tape, that is not
Vice
fair.
of the Nation, our Prime Minister absolutely said, anyone caught by the relevant authorities doing any corruption will be removed from the Jamaica Labour Party administration. Anyone that is caught by the Auditor General or any authority will be removed from the Jamaica Labour Party. That is why Roel Reid was removed and he will get his day in court. Andrew Wheatley was removed and he got his day in clearing name. And Mama D was removed and she cleared her name. Your leader, Mark Golding, said, without even them name clearing, said anybody caught with doing corruption will be removed. Mark Golding run on integrity. So you cannot now come to compare us with Uno. Uno says so. I remember the Vice of the Nation.
Still sitting in the parliament.
Remember Vice of the Nation, you know. The PNP said, we are not the same. It was the PNP who said that the Jamaica Labour Party is the most corrupt administration under the history of Jamaica. You guys said it before September 3rd, and the people of Jamaica still voted back in. So the people of Jamaica love what they're getting from the Jamaica Labour Party. Hold on now. Play the tape, Navi. This is what you guys said. Play the tape, Navi, make me remind you what they say. Play the tape, Navi, make me remind Vice of the Nation where Mark Golding said. Me just tell him what Andrew say. Tell him what Mark said, Navi. Go, Navi.
On the tape, no DJ?
Play the tape, Navi, make we tell Vice of the Nation what the party leader say. The comrade leader.
Stop it on Q DJ. I know DJ let down the side.
You know why so many nobody in the Jamaica
under this government which he leads.
Yes, can't find it.
All right, we don't find it to come back. Vice of the Nation. Vice of the Nation.
Government
all right.
Cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream corruption, Corruption takes money away from children's education. It deprives hospitals of basic necessities. It means that roads are not fixed. Corruption deepens inequality. It siphons up taxpayers' money to make a few cronies richer with the political connections instead of benefiting the people.
Play the tape in there.
Look how long him did for gone, man. My God.
I see you have to do them now. So you have to do
Anyway,
them.
Madam Speaker, go back on what you were talking about earlier.
So you have to do them. When they come with them talking points, so you have to do them.
Madam Speaker, they take the part.
Yeah, man, they hate that tape there, man. They hate that tape there. They hate that tape there because the comrade leader set up himself and they can't take it to a 5. They hate that tape there because the comrade leader said corruption take away well-needed resources from hospital. And that is exactly what Jack then did. That is exactly what Jack then did, comrade. That is why I don't hate this tape. And this one hate this tape because this tape is a reminder of what the comrade leader said, and it turned out that is exactly what Jack then is accused of doing. And that is why I hate this
use cronies with a few political connections.
All right, cronies with a few political what?
Connection.
All right.
Madam Speaker, may I have a question for you, please?
To make them richer.
What make them people here when it comes to feed them side, them not all them people to no standards at all. No standards, but when it comes to GLP people, them have different measuring tape to measure. What make?
Only God can tell the sky fall. I cannot believe that right now the nation.
Your granny never tell us you can't get nothing out of hag but a grunt.
Only God can tell me.
You can't get nothing out of hag but a grunt. It's who they are.
Imagine we're over here for a good topic today. The topic today was not even about the PNP per se. The topic today is about the oil crisis that will affect the country starting from next week, Tuesday. That is what the topic is about. Because we don't want the PNP to start going around and informing the people of Jamaica about what is to come. Because the PNP is a propaganda party. We are called from our party, from our government, from our prime minister, from our minister to come out Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, every morning and update the nation. Tell the people the cost of oil, tell the people what happened with the fertilizer, and tell the people why we have to close school early, why we have to cut the curriculum, because the price of oil moved from $65 a barrel to $150 a barrel. We don't need the PNP Rickster to come out and tell the nation what is going on. We did it during COVID, and that is what gave us the second term and the overwhelming 49-14. And if we play our cards right and inform the country, we can get through this unscathed. But if we allow the likes of Voice of the Nation and Laird Mark Golin to come out and tell the people and say from 6 months ago, Jamaica government know about the war and don't know, we in trouble.
Madam Speaker, the people in the dance floor want the DJ on the tape again, you know.
Run the tape, DJ, although you're not a good DJ. You can have the tape few up.
The people in the dance floor request it again.
You know, she don't have it, thank you. If we allow them Skyfall to go around and tell, can you hear it at first, me hear that, you know? Vice of the Nation say, the government knows that the war come from 6 months ago, and the government don't do nothing. Me at first, me hear it in my life. Remember I said last year, June, Donald Trump told the world that the Iranian capability of building a bomb was obliterated. Now the people them were brighter than me. What does obliterated mean? What does obliterated mean, comrade?
Destroyed.
Exactly. Then how can you go back and say, we didn't know from 6 months ago? And Donald Trump, as a matter of fact, Donald Trump was very upset with the mainstream media who did not want to use that word. You remember trivia? He was mad at them. He was mad at them because he said that is the word they're supposed to use. And he called CNN fake news and MSNBC fake news and all of them because they refused to use the word. He wanted to drive home the point that Iranians have no more opportunity to build any missile and in less than a year. Donald
this,
Trump come and
but
start a
you know,
war.
you see how comrades them unfair because not even Donald Trump know the night before saying we're gonna start a war.
Only
President
Benjamin
Trump
Netanyahu
know.
know.
Hey,
What I'm
DJ, the
glad,
people
you know what
them
I'm
not
glad
get no
I have
pull up,
on
you know.
screen
Them not
recording,
get no
Madam
pull up.
Speaker. You know what I'm glad I have on screen recording? Voice of the Nation admitting that Dennis Gordon is just a front for Jack Den. Just as he was a front for a company. You know, the PMP try hard to bury that information and Voice just admit it. The same thing in Ingram run from.
I don't know how trivia, how the Chef said it to him. I don't know how the PNP want to spin this to blame the government when an oil-rich company like Guyana are run out of oil. If you go on Al Jazeera and just listen what go on in the Middle East, don't watch Fox News, don't watch BBC, don't watch ITV, don't watch Sky News alone. Type in Al Jazeera in a TikTok or a YouTube and listen what is going on in the Middle East. Listen what is going on in Asia. Listen what is going on in India. India is running out of fuel. The people in the restaurant them have to close because they do not have enough cooking gas to run them restaurant. Listen what is going on in Manila. Listen what is going on in Africa right now in Kenya. Riots in Kenya because no fuel. And you have the PNP coming to tell the country, said the Jamaica Labour Party administration knew about the war from 6 months ago and not prepare the country. What is wrong with the comrades them? And then I saw them done. Then I saw them done Skyfall. I saw them dance and gullible.
Madam Speaker, may I go down in the dance for a year, but go on the tape run again, you know.
And the musician, I don't know if he must have run out of gas, must have run out of electricity to run the sound box.
May I go down in the dance? Big up on yourself.
Yeah, man, later. I cannot understand for the likes of me. How is it that no other country was prepared for the war except Vice of the Nation, except Russia? First of all, do your research for Russia, comrades. Russia is an oil-rich country. They have a vast resource of oil and natural gas. They don't depend on any country for gas to run their economy. As a matter of fact, Russia is a country that is now benefiting from the war because of the oil that was sanctioned. Now, Trump have no choice but to let it go to the market to cushion the oil prices. And Vice of the Nation is coming to tell the PNP people them say Russia was prepared for the war. Not even China never prepared. Because right now, during the war, when the Strait of Hormuz was closed, China was still importing oil from the Iranian port. And the PNP people is saying that the government of Jamaica knew about the war from 6 months ago and did absolutely nothing. What is wrong with you, comrade? You can't put on the black, green, and gold not even one time in our life. Not even one time in our life, you comrade, cannot put on the black, green, and gold. Then I saw you eat Jamaica. I saw you eat Jamaica, comrades. I saw the 8 lady Jamaica that would prefer to tear down Jamaica just to score political points. No other country was prepared for the war. Only Russia, according to the PNP. Even if Jamaica didn't know about the war, what could Jamaica have done, comrades? Because we don't have a vast storage capacity where we can store 6 months worth of oil. Petrojam is not able to store 6 months worth of oil. We couldn't buy oil and put on, comrades. So even if we didn't know so the oil go come, the war go come, what could we have done? Because we can't buy oil and put on. So what we do? The people say 1 p.m. live, guys, we can't go on over there. What we should have do? The argument from the PNP, the bright Michael Manley-led PNP people who said them bright and we nyama one name Pambula, not data, because you know me and you will never go to class when school I keep. They cannot hold a sensible conversation. We cannot hold I never have the tapes, Andrew. They cannot hold a proper conversation. You are going to say, we are saying to our government, we understand this is out of no control, but we'll let go to the cabinet, rock on the brain together because we don't want to bright and come up with measures to cushion the cost for the Jamaican people because Jamaican people have been through enough. Jamaican people have been through enough with Hurricane Melissa, and we don't want a situation where we have riots in the street because people can't buy food and people can't buy gas. That is what is going on in Kenya right now. That is what is going on in Guyana right now. People lining up at the pump. People are asleep at the pump to buy oil in Kenya right now. Comrade, Google it. We don't want our country to get in that situation. That is why the minister is saying we may have to carry the learning online. That's what the minister meant when the minister said to the Minister of Education that we now have to think about going online with some of the classes. That's what the minister is saying now. We don't have enough vehicle. We know Andrew Ole is going to have big salary increase and we can buy vehicle. But please, park it if you can and carpool. That's what the minister is saying, comrades. Want to come out? Want to come out this man in Mark Golin Boto? Mark Golin Duns? Want to come with PNP Zotopek? Want to come with? JPS is telling us that the electricity cost will be going up starting from this month. The taxi men will be asking for an increase because the price at the pump will be going up. That is why the government is saying that we have to put things in place to cushion the price for the Jamaican people. That is all the government is saying, comrades. And nothing is wrong with that. Absolutely nothing is wrong with that. And before no comrade, I was saying, if any comrade have any bright ideas to give the government, that is time for, now is the time for you guys to come forward with the ideas. I never expect you to come talk about government know about war for 6 months and don't do nothing. Shame on you, man. Shame on you guys. You guys cannot hold a constructive criticism. And to the PNP people, thank you, Errol, and to the PNP people then, we are come with the narrative say, the former board chairman did tell Christopher Tufton from 2023 about the irregularities and the corruption at UBI. Me tell you this already, me tell you again. And me put out a disclaimer to the Labour right them, who are the number one supporters of Christopher Tufton. Because I say me don't like him, which me very much like him, but I say me don't like him. I've one thing put together. I've one thing put together to challenge the PNP if that come to pass. Next data. If it is that, when the PAC meet comrades, yes, Labour, you don't go and watch the Prime Minister and no, come back and tell me what you say. If it is that, after the PAC meet Michelle and the former board chairman, Mr. Choi Chai, tell the country that on this and that date, he, the chairman, spoke to the minister and point out to the minister this irregularity, this breach, and this corruption, and the minister did nothing, then the minister will have questions to answer, and the minister will be quite able to answer that question. I cannot speak for the minister. I am not authorized to speak on behalf of the minister. So it's not a gotcha moment. It's not a clap no tea for Madam Speaker. I'm telling you this already. Then not clap no tea for me diamond girl. If it is that, Michelle, the former board chairman, Mr. Chow Chai, when it comes before the committee 2 weeks from now, and is questioned by the members of the PAC, and he tell the PAC anything, then Tufton, what going comrade Dino, come here. Let me ask about the oil crisis we're going to reach the country. Because you're one of the sensible, comrade Dino. Come here. I mean, I see you, Blair. Why you, Blair, that many talk about the crisis that is coming to the country with the oil crisis? Well, comrade you, Blair, there, and comrade Dino. I thought this is somebody did that tag him. Comrade Dino, good morning.
Yes, Munchi.
Do you have any suggestion on some of the things that the government can do in anticipation to the major oil increase that is going to hit the country starting from next week?
Well, if the measures I hear about regulating electricity, they only cut production. All you can do.
Who get that measure from?
I saw it flashing from morning.
Where?
On the internet, we see it.
No.
Not anything official from government.
Yes, so that's a propaganda. That is a way to cause panic in the country. And I can bet you that is coming from the People's National Party.
We are already underproducing, so it only cut your production.
Yeah, that is a way to cause panic in the country. And that is by the pain.
You have to make things roll as it is. The prices are going to go up. You just have to go with it.
Yeah, but what are some of the measures the government can do to cushion the prices, because you know that it's going to affect the vulnerable people in the country who cannot afford it.
Well, we don't control the vulnerable persons. The main thing they want are the food stuff. You see, we are in a bad position in Jamaica because the big countries like America stop us from subsidizing anything, and that's one of the wickedest thing ever happened to us as a smaller nation.
Yes,
because government would be able to shift monies around because of the crisis and can put some subsidy, but we're not permitted to do it. So I can't think much what they can do right now. More than we have to face the reality. Price of fertilizer will go up because the raw material come out of those areas and out of the same. You see, petroleum has a vast, is a lot of stuff. I don't know the amount of byproducts that come out of petroleum. It's surprising. And what can we do? We are not producing oil, so we have to just face the reality. It's going to be rough. But people are going to ban them belly for the time until everything settles again.
It's going to be rough, Dino. What I was suggesting this morning before you come, Dino, I was running the idea past some of my people them the year before. So, some of my labor right today. PNP never come to the platform as yet. I was saying, Dino, since we are in the month of April, and we have 2 weeks left in April and May, I was suggesting that the children them who do PEP, PEP is the final exam that you use to matriculate into high school, right?
Yeah.
I was saying that instead of keeping them after month 10 when they do the PEP to do a final exam where it's not even important because they don't need it anymore.
That's school exam.
Why not just send them home after PEP?
Early break.
Give them an early. Can remember them done with primary school. They are the ones that would be going to the high school.
Well, how much save the government going to save by doing that? Because
no, and then after we send them home, they're not going to save a lot. But what we're trying to, I think we could have do to get the changes is that move the classes online, like 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We move the classes online, and we all
go to school. We all go to school to pass exams, and once exams finish, the high become a school can high after that.
Exactly, Dino. So
whether high school, primary school, university.
Yeah. So I was saying that the extra 3 weeks what we use for IGL, send them home, Dino. And I was even suggesting that, Dino, you remember back in your days when you got school, when you was going to primary school, Dino, how many subjects were you doing in primary school?
Well, that's a long time, Munchi. We do common entrance. It was maths, English,
and mental ability.
Mental ability, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm saying,
well, comprehension, common I see.
Yes. Madam Speaker, can I say something?
I'm coming. So I was saying, Dino, right? Cut the curriculum because may know say some of these social study and geography and physical
they make it harder for the children.
Exactly. So due to the crisis that we are in now, Dino, zoom it down to the 4 major subjects, test the kids them and send them home.
But the social study could have leave until they go first one in high school.
Thank you very much. And the geography.
Yeah, that's the first one. Then you interest in the first one. Yeah.
So maths, English, and maybe one little science and one little something. Test
science and you have to test mental ability and all them. So.
And then you send them home, Dino. Because what I was saying, I'm going to make you comment, Queen. What I was saying, Dino, you're in America, so you can talk on this. I don't think President Trump can keep this up going into September because he will be obliterated in the midterm coming November, right?
Yeah.
So you have to get a deal
Wrap
before
it up as
September.
fast as possible.
Thank you. So in the interim, I was saying the Ministry of Education can cut the curriculum just temporarily, especially with the primary school children.
Well, it's two things. You can cut it early and start back school, just like in America. Start back school early instead of early September, start at least August. 2 weeks in the two last week.
Yes.
Madam Speaker, we are in the third term now. The last up. And they don't do nothing much. They only normally test them on the first term and the second term. So they're not testing them on April
them have end of year exam at the end. Them have an end of year exam, which is not, to me, not quite important. Because you already done the GSAT.
But no, what I'm saying, listen, what I'm saying, they don't normally test them on the last term of the school year. The first term and the second term, and they have already completed the first term and the second term. And for the PET student, they have exam next week, the 29th and the 30th. And it's just 3 papers during maths, language arts, and ability.
Yes. That's what we used to do in a common entrance, Queen. We never have no social study, no geography. All those things must move back to the high school and allow the little children them to do reading, writing, and mental ability and comprehension coming into in the reading, English, maths, mental ability. Put it back to where it was in the 90s, because what they do now, to cramp the little pit them brain with so many subjects, when they get to grade 7, some of them don't remember absolutely nothing.
You see that now have nothing to do much with the government, that is with our new set of education officers who coming out with them PhD and thing, writing this curriculum, saying, oh, this must be interesting. I guess it's too much for a child at that age, so you're pushing too much on them.
Too much.
Yes, Madam Speaker, especially in the prep schools, they're cramping them with too much subject. I always think that they just need the 4 core subject: maths, language arts, reading, and a science subject. Nothing
else. Of course. If you are to get to university in Jamaica, if you're gonna do nursing, teaching, and electrical engineer, all you need is English, a 5 subject: English, math, a science subject. So why are the schools deliberately teaching these children all these? I mean, I'm not saying that they should be grounded students, but some of the things that they are teaching the children now, it don't make no sense.
Well, I mean, at first form, second form, and third form, it's nice to introduce them to all subject areas in which they can try, because I think by age 3rd or 4th form, you start taking choice what subjects you want to do, and you drop the rest of, you don't have to carry everything. In my days, I don't know what school is like. In my days, by 3rd form, we start dropping subjects. I'm not going to do that. I would have specialized with certain subjects and concentrate on those subjects. That's when I was going to high school, that's how we do it. Because I did extremely well in history in 2nd and 3rd form, but it's the first thing I drop when I reach 4th form. Too much dates and things to remember. Making a bother with that. Too much study.
To drop it. Yeah, man. I think the ministry.
I drop geography also, and I stick to the sciences, the chemistry, the physics, the maths. You have to do English, you can't drop English.
Yeah, maths and English, definitely.
You can't drop those.
Yeah, man.
But I stick to the science.
Madam Speaker, they still do that. As soon as they reach 5th form, 4th form, they drop the subject and they just do maybe about the minimum of 6.
Some students still do all 13.
Some children can't manage it, and they can't
if they want to take it up, but they give them the minimum of 9 subject, 8 subject. Because my son only did 8 subject.
I only carried 1 art subject, and I really it was necessary. I carry accounts, which is an art subject. I stick to the science otherwise.
Yeah. But I'm saying that's what they're doing now. I remember said next month C6 starts. So and they're not going to go to school every day. So as you're saying, Madam Speaker, then can cut down the school term.
Cut the term, and then that we have to get the teacher them off of the road, because despite what you hear from your PNP people, every single teacher, open back the nation. Will come up and talk about this topic this time, we don't want to follow this from you.
Oh, but you come out of the office now. Do you know what going?
But what is happening in the Middle East is going to affect just the whole country.
But the government never sent in a go.
Jesus Christ,
so how round them a ball?
Dino, with all due respect, who bring up Vice Nation up here? Because sometimes we can't take the foolishness, Because you can't resist the urge to talk about politics. Oh, that is why I'll tell you that Dino is the most honorable PNP person on social media. He might not take in politics, don't get me wrong, but you can have a serious conversation with him about the country. He might PNP and tell you that, But if you want to have a conversation, Dino is the man. Why vice of the nation? You can't just up you can't do better, you just give off the piece so.
I don't know one, but in the oil-rich country, it affects you,
Much thank you, Dino. Just yesterday came on the news, Dino, that Guyana people, as Ken oil shortage, the people line up at the pump, asleep night after night, wait for oil. It is a serious crisis.
You have to understand when it comes to oil, After World War II, there are certain decisions were made when it comes to oil. So as much as Jamaica get oil from Barbados, Guyana, and Brazil, whatever happened in the Gulf are going to affect us just the same way, because once the price move everybody,
Exactly. And
that's an agreement. After World War II, they came to an agreement on certain things. Everybody sell for the same price.
OPEC,
and then OPEC agreement, and it must be sold in US dollar.
Exactly. And the thing is, Dino, no matter how much Donald Trump say him a baby drill, that still does not change the fact that
no, can't.
And he could have, and you know the thing about it is, Donald Trump is not drilling anything.
But listen to me. If you hear every day you go on the pump America, the price gone up more.
Okay.
Although your Trump say him have, affect him not at all, affect America because them have more oil than I can ever dream about. It affect every day me go to the price. When I got there yesterday, it was what, $4? Some place was $4, some place $3.90.
Right. So that is all we're saying, voice of the nation. We want you to use your brain when we know you have and to give us some solution.
Madam Speaker, 360.
All right. Put your brain, use your brain for something good.
You're not good state, you're not good state, 360. Well, it's still bad, but you know so what it was coming from, but probably affordable in your state.
Even when it comes to agriculture, I think the government needs to focus.
Tourism mega supermarket and sweet pepper was.
Go ahead. Oh, hang on. How call Dino or the program? Tell me if you're not hear me, guys. Because sometimes me drop off the phone,
Hearing.
All right. I was saying, because somebody called Dino. I was saying, Queen, right? I was even saying it to the minister. I'll put it in writing. I think the government, the Ministry of Agriculture need to get a policy together where we have like you give the once and for all, give the people, the Jamaican people, incentives to farm. Because even though Dino said the government can't subsidize it, I think we should be able to plant enough Dino to feed ourselves. We have enough land.
That's something we have been fighting for many years. But the problem, as we said,
enough land and we have the water,
The problem I find with agriculture in Jamaica is that the farmers, you leave farming to most are the uneducated persons.
Yes.
And I tried my best for many years to try to see how much I can educate. When you come to America, every farmer belongs to a cooperative. In England, every farmer belongs to a cooperative. Every world, and all they try to show Jamaicans, the only way forward is a cooperative.
Yes.
A cooperative, everybody moving for one aim. Yes. Everybody have a common goal. They just cannot see it. And the only cooperatives that do well in Jamaica is the financial cooperatives, like the credit unions. They do extremely well. The farmers have to come together.
So maybe the government, so we think about the government streamlining, as you just say, what if the government spearhead the initiative?
Oh, Jesus. If you go to Ministry of Agriculture, there are different time governments try to set up cooperatives with Jamaicans. I don't think they come to the meetings but then leave back. I don't think they're absorbing what you're trying to teach them. When you move on as a unit, you're a lot better off more than everybody. I try to do an individual.
Sorry if we cut you. So Dino, what about the agriculture school in Portland? What are they doing around there?
They teach agriculture, but you have to teach them the imports. Besides teaching them agriculture, you have to teach them management and the importance of joining a cooperative, being if you're a potato farmer, all of us should have a potato cooperative.
Yeah, so I'm asking if we could we could start the initiative or start the the education aspect of the cooperative
Yeah.
from the school.
Schools,
Let the
yeah.
school do it.
Make them understand what it is all about.
Yes. So the school instill it in them. So we take it from there. Because I am thinking, Dino, I am from rural Jamaica. So I know how important it is to when it comes to farmer. And when I was growing up, Dino, we stop mute your mic, Vice of the Nation, and I contribute on to the conversation, tap on mute your mic.
But Munshi, a lot of it has to blame with UNO again too, because when I invested money in agriculture, I had to get somebody with a master's degree in agriculture. I never studied agriculture. You have to ask me about medicine, ask me about agriculture. My then wife cussed like hell and said, she not married to no damn farmer. Because of how they look down on farming.
But that is because of the PNP, you know.
Nothing to do with politics. Jamaicans
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. You see, under the 18 and it's when I was growing up, you know, I only the done spit them we can't read be farmer and they stigmatize you and look down upon you.
It coming from the slavery days, you know, because the opportunities were not available to the average Jamaican.
Okay, so now the PNP time when I grew up in a rural Jamaica, you know, I did done spitting them mother not send them go to school on Friday. Them I forgot bush for help figure at market. So because of the stigma from the time there, nobody wanted their children to be farmers.
Yeah, but it come from long before the 70s.
Yeah, well maybe, but I'm talking about the 90s.
Madam Speaker, when you go on Friday day at school, you have 30 picnic on Friday, are just 5.
It's different now. It make a difference now. Children turn out on Fridays now.
I know that, you know, we're just talking about the long time.
But the long time, but you must remember, you know, when we get this independent, a lot of us, there was not much persons have opportunity and even going high school, much more to go university.
Yes.
So you find only the rural areas never have much industry.
And those were the persons
banana plantation, sugar plantation. Yes. So most persons, once they leave school, head to the plantation.
Yes.
Your parents need help on a Friday. Says Friday you not go to school. Friday you have to come help with the plantation. Help them carry chocolate, help them carry banana, help them carry coffee. And that's how they earn the money for really help you. Provide food and shelter and things. So we understand that what really took place in those days.
Yes.
No, we're far more educated in Jamaica. We need to drive it much better. We can do better now.
And we can start from the agriculture school.
Yes.
We need to start from the agriculture school so the corporation stay from there. Because I think Jamaica can afford to feed ourselves. Because you see, when I was living in East Rural St. Andrew, nobody in East Rural St. Andrew buy nothing from the market. We were self-sufficient. When we know say, brother, this have tomato, over there we go buy it off of the farm from him. When we know say such and such have yam, and this, so we have nobody not go bring up nothing from market. When I was growing up in the 18.5 years of Percival in St. Andrew, we bought everything from each other.
We get so exposed to the American way of living that the average rural child, I don't eat yam.
Yes. True, that my daughter she don't no ground provision. You're right. You're right.
We want the American way of living.
Yes, you're right.
And this is what I think killing us badly too.
It's true. You're correct about that. But I think the Ministry of Agriculture need to collaborate with the agriculture school. And we need to, the kids that we are pushing out, we're going around there. We need to set it away that as them leave school, the opportunities are there for them to just start farming, get the land, get the equipment, get the help that they need from the corporation that you said. So if I send Thomas to my farm and an Irish potato to my farm, we know that the Irish potato farm is in St. Thomas. People can farm other things, but you know and then so you get the thing.
Actually, I invest in agriculture since I bought the first property in 1989.
Yes.
And in the 90s, I came into agriculture. But I can tell people, say, of all my life, one of the greatest ministers of agriculture I ever seen was Christopher Tufton.
Tell me some of the things that we implement.
Christopher Tufton implement a program known as FARM. I go to several of those meetings. Christopher tour my farm. Christopher come look at my cold school. When I think of cold storage in Jamaica for proper storage, he can look at my cold storage facilities. In carry out the team come by me. But the truth of the matter, when you look at when established farm was established in a way which He looked at items like sweet potato, pepper, potato, onions. A lot of things are so easily grown in Jamaica. We have containers and containers are coming from the wharf every day.
Yes.
And in this says you're not going to get my signature on those importation once it can be grown. So
Right.
the FARM program was him get the banks involved in it, him get the farmers involved, and the government would stand security for you for up to $2 million loan
Yes.
at the commercial bank. But the trick is you have to go to RADA and register. Nothing wrong with that. It's like you're setting up a cooperative. You're using RADA as a cooperative. So you register RADA, you float the form of RADA. Once that application is floated on RADA, visit the location, you're good to plant the onion or whatever crop you choose. The carrots, because a lot of items were on the list.
Yes.
I mean, in this size, you're not allowed more importation to come in and those things. Too easily going in Jamaica. Once RADA approved it, you took that, the farm would have gone to like Spanish grain and all these guys who were coming to him for the lives of carrying these containers. And he must say, no, me can make you get the onion at $40 a pound.
Yes.
Locally grown. So you stamp this contract and sign it, say you buy from Munchie.
Yes.
Munchie have 100 acre onion, so you buy from Munchie at $40 a pound. Once that is signed, you go to the bank and the bank release so much million they give Munchie. Munchie can start the farming.
Program, Dino? What happened to that program?
Well, Trafang is no longer at agriculture.
No, Dino. You know, Dino, I'm glad they bring up that program because I know that program very well. But Dino, I would like for you to tell the people about to that program.
Me no know what people know.
What, you know I'm to that program, Munchi?
No, I never heard about the program before.
2012.
You can talk to me about
2012 happened to that program.
So, Dino, how long were you in the program? Let me find out. Dino,
I wasn't a part of the program. You know. I was invited to the meetings because I don't grow those crops. My days are big farm in the Munchi. Is solar papaya. My main crop was 3 peas, peppers, papas, and try a pumpkin. But me come out a pumpkin long. They're too cheap. Now I make me millions of more I make. So we stick to like papa, pineapple, and peppers.
Yes.
Acres and acres of pineapple. Who?
2012 happened to that program.
So in 2012 the program ended. Let me Google it.
Yes.
So why didn't
So that is why you find farmers out in St. Thomas now can't tell us have a glut of onion because these programs come under the onion and these came under the program.
So why didn't the Minister Green resurrect the program in 2016, Chuck?
I don't.
That I can't put an answer to.
Because Chuck, what the topic today is due to the incoming the high price with the oil. Me and Dino and the one who want to talk sense, I'm gonna kick off price and nation come a joke. What are some of the things that the government can do to help to mitigate the cost? Because it is something that is gonna affect every single Jamaican, whether you're PNP or JLP. So we are saying, what can our government do to help the Jamaican people who will be suffering starting from next week Tuesday with a high cost for electricity, high cost for bus fare, high cost for food, and high cost for absolutely everything. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be rough.
Well, it's a government action right now. It's swift action. Putting in things in place that will prevent us from going back here another couple of years when we get to our next madman sitting at the White House. It's a whole different thing, right? And I agree. Back in 2007, Christopher Tufton introduced a lot of farming initiative that was actually putting back some life into farming in Jamaica.
Yeah, one of those also, Chuck, was the price of fertilizer had gone through the roof. And Christopher decides they can't work. That price of fertilizer can't work. He traveled abroad and go find cheaper fertilizer. Fertilizer was selling for like 5,000, 600,000 a bag, and every farmer cries say $2 there.
Yes.
And he bring back down the price to $1,000 or $2,000 a bag.
And he got some cheaper one. And
cheaper ones, yeah, man. He brought in a lot.
You remember they created a scandal over it?
It stink, man. I'm not telling a lie, it stink.
Because they created a scandal, say Tufton go buy shit, go and give them to put on their farm.
Yeah, but me not telling a lie. Me go draw one low light and me have to keep my head out the door. The smell is like killer for reach your farm.
Yeah, because fertilizer stink.
No, man, the partner one we use normally have no smell at all. Just that one was
they
stink.
Created a scandal over here.
But let me tell you one thing I prove with it. It's better than anything until he's our first and I produce. I think that it is. Let me tell you something.
Right.
I had a feel of broccoli and cauliflower. And when one little buckle sap of cork you put round them, I mean, I tell us they blow them, they get some head of broccoli and cauliflower.
But you know, that aspect of it was never in the news.
No, but I mean, politics people talk, me not tell a lie, it stink, you know.
Yes.
But it's good.
It's effective.
Very effective.
Right. But
after Christopher took it in, you know, Ibro started to take it in after a while, you know, but me don't know what to Ibro it again. Kind of a song, you know, see it anymore again. We gone back to the first one, which is it's very difficult to do for them in the price of fertilizer now. You talk about $15,000-$16,000 bag. It's very high, very high.
Well, I believe we have to try build back that level, try get back more people. As Munji, when you said earlier, I said back in the days, you remember growing up, when the question was asked of you as a child, what do you want to be when you grow up?
90% of the class, I said doctor.
If you ever say farmer, then beat you say workplace.
Almost 90% I could tell us they want to be lawyer and doctor.
Lawyer and doctor was the only two acceptable answers to that
you
question.
have to understand that, though, you know, Chuck. And I remember sitting, I was working at an hospital, and Jimmy Adams, which is his father, you know, his father is a medical doctor.
Yeah.
And Adam sit with me, we are up there, and he said to me, you know what I'm happy about? None of my 3 sons don't want to do medicine. I said, why you would just say that? He said, the days when I become a doctor, as a black man, it's only 2 professions you could ever do to get recognition, law and medicine. No, anything you do as a black man can make you a millionaire, it can make you well known, it can gain you any form of recognition. Just have to do it and do it well.
That is it today.
And the 3 sons, you have Peter, James, and John. Peter was flying for Caribbean, I'm a pilot. James is the one called Jimmy play cricket. That's never worked in life in play cricket. And John in a computer technology. And all of them rotten rich.
But today now, as you said earlier, I don't remember if you and Munji said. I think what we have to do for break that stigma there. We have to start promote the good farmers. Them, you have farmers out there where drive the BMW like the entertainer too, you know.
Yeah.
You had farmer we are building big house out of farming, you know.
But you see, I can't tell you something, Chuck. The first property I bought, somebody took a guy from Kingston to me one day who toured the farm. And he was excited. And he came back with a friend of mine. I was him to have a big car parts company in Agro-Park Road. And having big house up a Stone Hill. And a lot of us don't study anything before we jump into it. When he came and saw my farm, it so happened that one day he called me saying he get a property for buy. And he told me, what he said, I never know you have another big papa farm down there, man. Come and buy this property, look on this big pretty papa farm. I said, weird, that the only person that sent me to go papa was myself and Greencastle. And when he described when he come, he trying to enter from a different angle. All right, next door to me he come. But he's not him, no, the owner carry him, come show him the place and sell him the place. No, it's on coffee and plantings. What he did was to get the tractor and push on the plant and coffee and plant papa.
No.
And Ringspot catch him. He lose him out at Stone Hill. My friend run go England and look work and look at the business and park and run and work out England. You have to study things, you know, just jump into things blindly. First of all, we have the coffee, me not push on my coffee.
But why would you push on your coffee?
That's what I say. First of all, I mean, I push it because think about it, because I was making about $2 million a week with papa. And he said, boy, you want to run into it? Your luck and my luck are not the same luck.
Exactly. The coffee may not be
it took me a while. Papa, when me plant papa first,
money coffee too.
When me plant the papa 103, me plant first 100 and test it what it is like. Then me realize the fees and me start go here, cause.
So do you know, are you still in the papa business now?
No, we have to close per fertilizer. When we started and we used to send a truck to a fertilizer factory, 19,000 pay for one truckload of fertilizer. No, 19,000 can only buy one bag.
So how long now since you closed on the business?
Close on, I mean, close on business, you know. I'm still a part of business, but I'm not really grown up large. We used to go like 95 acres of papa. We don't grow so much again. Okay. I grow on 5 acres and 10 acres sometimes. My papa will start to ship next month.
Oh, so the business still going on, just scale it down a little for the time being?
Scale it down, yeah. You see, the thing about it, my target is not the Jamaican market. Me supply England, Canada, and America with these things. And large volume. You have to look at, I can't tell him in America, say, boy, fertilizer raise, me need $20 box in my papa. They wouldn't buy it. You see, marketing in America is far different from that in Jamaica.
I know.
Jamaicans do.
The bully the Jamaican consumer, you can bully the American.
No, but you see, Americans, I tell you something. When the tariff went on last year, the first delivery we make to a supermarket here in America, I say, you know, so we have to increase the price because of that tariff. Then tell me straight, no. We don't have to pay no more, no. So who have to absorb the tariff? I mean, have to absorb it.
Exactly.
In Jamaica, Jamaicans don't respect money.
But
and a man, we say, boy, one boy say, you know how much they pay for iron? Rubbish. You need to get the prices as low as possible. So everybody can afford it.
But Dino, let me ask this. All right, the American supermarkets are not pay no more, and you say, all right, fine, me observe it. Would that be the same attitude if a Jamaican consumer say, boy, I can't suck up no more increase?
You have to educate the Jamaicans that way, Chuck. That we keep saying so earlier on. Education. You see the thing about when we talk about education, we keep talking about university and college. That is not education, that's quality. You're getting qualified for a purpose. Education is different. A person has to understand the day-to-day life. Why you need to cut back, why you need to do this. It's a way of living.
But you know, again, this is why conversations like these are important, where we can sit down, including you, and have discussion that can teach people something. Where makes sense.
We have to try and educate the nation because you see this. All right.
Job.
I just saw some 2 or 3 different farmers on TikTok. So one I claim say, boy, once I sent me in there with a cabbage, he say, you know, make sense to reap and carry got because I got $20 a pound. See the mentality?
Yes.
If you did that $300 a pound in load Ghana town.
Yes.
You have to go with the time. Go with the time. It's $20, sell it for $20.
Is that farmer aware that the government now have the storage place where if the market is over, so you have a place to go store your goods until, so you don't have to throw the market?
Say, is there any true flood? What is happening doing when it comes to this time of the year? Cabbage love the cooler climate, so everybody will go plant Petrojam, lettuce, and cabbage from the November come on to this time. So you're going to find there's a more abundance of these things on the market in Jamaica than any other the one. Because
they say there is no glut, the farmers them know the climate and plant the crop.
Yeah. Now you have virgin cabbage that can grow right through the hot. You see, education again. When I used to grow a lot of broccoli and cauliflower down there, I grow a lot of exotic crop, and I'm never really into banana and them something. I have contracts with. In America, England, I have contracts with the hotels in Jamaica. So I have to produce to them yellow sweet pepper, red sweet pepper, all different color sweet pepper, purple cabbage. I have to provide zucchini, I have to provide broccoli, cauliflower, yellow crookneck squash, butternut squash, snow peas. These are the type of farming I do. That is why I buy a cold room long time. Okay. Because when me reap, I can put it on in the building. I have to put it in a cold room. So when me chop back up, I have a cold storage truck also. When it back up to the cold room, I need from cold storage to cold storage, straight to all the sandals from Ocho Rice right back to the grill.
Okay, that is good, man. You invest in your business, though, you know.
But you have to invest money to make money.
So do you think that some of these farmers, them in Jamaica, where like all the man, you know, where do the cabbage now? Like the mindset, as I said, because not because the cabbage at $20 a pound, you got to dash it down. I see one man with a bucket of tomato too. I said him I can't sell and him pay one man $6,000 for read the tomato. Him pay the people him $6,000 for help him read the tomato, and tomato price too cheap. Where am I go with them here?
You see, that's why I tell them I miss tough down. Here it goes now. Grace Kennedy, if they start manufacturing ketchup in Jamaica, all the ketchup, the paste come from abroad. The containers and container tomato paste come from abroad. This is where we have a Central Research Council of Jamaica, you know, who formulate all the paste, all the juices, everything. This is where, you know, you have to spread the technology. I'm creating incentive for people to go and invest in these rural areas. Because Plot of tomato. Man, we are buy it, you know. Once you make a piece, you can't boil.
But and that is why I ask this question all the while, do you think members of parliament responsibility should include going out and finding investments for their constituency rather than sit down and wait for government to give them the constituency develop? Should they go out and encourage companies to listen to me?
But government set up an arm known as JAMPRO to encourage investors in. What I think government do is again come back. You have to educate the nation how you got to invest. You have to believe in yourself. You have to invest in your own country. Stop depending on the people. Nothing wrong with foreign investors, But what happens when they pull out?
But I think the problem the local investors are, and I said this recently.
Access to capital.
Not even this capital and thing. Most people, and maybe you might not going to agree with me on this one. Most people still have the stigma of what happened to Jamaica financial system in the 90s, and people still afraid.
Oh yeah, if that's foreign investors call it, they're not sure of the stability.
But what I like that is happening now, and as you say, I think the government need to speak more on it, is that the government is actually going around the country, building the infrastructure that people are going to need, the urban centers, the industrial complex. They are building them and then say, listen to people who come in.
Yeah. Those are good, but you have to encourage cottage industry too.
Let me ask you a question.
Dino, all on the Munchi, in addition to what Dino say about the cold storage, Chuck Philly Wagwan have been a long time. One of the things that we have to be serious about.
You're alive.
Me always alive, Chuck, man. Me a man always busy at the moment. Can't be bad at some time. But however, the small farmers will truly benefit from agro-processing, but agro-processing is very expensive. One, to invest in agro-processing, you need solid angel investors to back your development. And if you look at many young people, if you go to the agriculture show, the biggest agriculture show in Jamaica is in Denby Showground. And year after year, you have thousands of young people come with them product. And they have the Jamaica Agricultural Society, they have the 4-H Club. And as you rightfully said, Jamaica have not made a rightful investment in agriculture. And because of that, what we're reaping now with the overflow of stock, it can't go nowhere. Because cold storage in Jamaica is not a big thing.
But you're living abroad. You only have a small window in the United States to do agriculture, a very small window. So what they do is reap it and put it in barns and cold storages. No, cold storage is expensive. But
Americans are more familiar with barns.
Barns and cold storage. All the barns carry cold storage. But listen, let me tell you something. Again, come back to what we talk about cooperatives. If the farmers were farming in cooperative, it's easier for a cooperative to get the money
of energy.
It's easier for a cooperative to get that funding for but not individual,
So the poor man can't benefit out of that.
Nobody the poor man was a part of a corporate. Look at corn farmers in America. You see them yellow corn, won't I use big feeding?
Well, I know Chuck Finney. Well, I know Chuck Finney.
No, Vice.
It's a serious conversation.
Vice, you're finding the problem for the solution. Just hold on first. Hold on. We are discussing the solution. Hold on, Vice. You're coming with the problem for the solution.
Vice. Serious.
We know.
No, we all know the problems, We all know the problems.
We know the problem.
But all I know. I am asking a simple question, and it is not coming with a problem. If we have an overflow of agriculture products on the market, every day we see it. People plant and then we put it. How would you tell the man up in a rural Jamaica, if you carry your product come make it process it? For example, there's a place in Arkansas, I visited about 2 years ago. And this guy from Georgia that plant, and what he want to do, when him planting can go and processing and go make it in a piece, whatever, and get it back and pay a percentage. How would you transcend that from the young Jamaican young people? Come out at them be showground, and they all over Jamaica and rural Jamaica, and say, come process your banana chips. How will you bridge that?
I listen. I used to come to Dembe show every year. I used to participate in the Dembe show every year, and I stopped because to me it's like a day sport. It's nothing productive come out of it. It's a day sport.
But why did not come out of it, Dino? Why?
People see it as an holiday and just have a
because the government over the decades have never used Dembe Showground as a mechanism to
but
boost
Dembe is not
agriculture.
government. Dembe is the 4-H club of JS and 4-H club for Dembe. That's not government.
I'm asking you now.
This is a problem. Everything we say government.
But Chuck, and
Dino, somebody have Dino phone?
Yeah, Dino, in real life, don't the government play a part in enabling
Vice of the nation.
Government form the policy.
Dino, hold on the Dino.
So, hold on, no, Chuck. If you are
Vice
saying
of the nation, hold on,
no, Chuck.
Vice.
You said the man for the policy, right? I'm asking a simple question. If said Mary Banana Chips is a big company, and you have 3 farmers with plant banana, it is the government initiative to move these policies and say, here I said Mary Banana. I want to give you an incentive to take the poor man banana and make it into a banana chip and give him something out of it. Me take something
you
and help to bridge the gap.
Come back to what I'm saying. The cooperatives is where you need voice.
So who went trigger the corporation?
For years, government has been hosting a lot of meetings.
And so why do we have so much
educated people are not buying into the education and seeing the importance of getting these corporations.
So who is responsible for public education?
Vice, well, no, listen, no, man. Vice, well,
no, Chuck.
Listen, sir. Here is the problem that Jamaican have in farming cooperatives. You know the problem Jamaicans have with cooperative, why they don't work?
Why?
And I can give you a couple examples. Tom in our cooperative, all the way up farm banana. Tom plant 10 acre, me plant 10 acre. So I'm to my one, I'm going to only reap on 10 ton out of my one. Tom read 15 ton. You know what time I go look and say? Then how me reap more than him, and him I get the same money.
That's a bad mind now.
That's no fair.
That's a bad mind.
Yes, but that is the problem with cooperatives in Jamaica. That's why they don't work. And let me give you an example.
Let me ask you, Chuck, then why the financial cooperatives work?
Why the financial? Very good question.
Because you see, the mindset is different, you know. The mindset is different.
You're sure that's the right answer, Chuck?
That is the mindset.
Chuck, that is not the right answer. Chuck, that's not the right answer. I'm going to tell you why.
The mindset is different.
Chuck, that's the wrong answer. Ebony Park Art Academy and many other art institutions that does agriculture service and agriculture education like agro-processing. Me give you a perfect example. When you go to Dembe Showground and you see the displays of various agro-processing institutions and just a big corporation, if the government of the day does not move these policies from the parliament to provide, for example, is the first in Jamaica history, you know. And I give the government credit if it moves that policy so fast to ensure small farmers. Sagicor was the first bank that took it up. So farmers can be able to get protected from natural disasters. Those things should have done long time.
Banana farmers have insurance long time.
They just reach the smallest farmer we can insure one piece of land. Then just catch it. Where farmers can just throw one money and get something out of it.
The thing about it, banana farmers always have insurance in Jamaica.
That's banana farmers.
Under Becca.
Again,
right.
The problem is
why is it that the Minister of Agriculture, the ministry, cannot revolutionize agriculture, bring it up to date, where the little man we can just go plant and encouraged by young or old people say, you know, we're going to plant and get it processed into other product. And guess what? There's a policy that can help us with a little maybe investment, a little return on it. This bank may take it up, encourage the bank to take it up. But the government have to lead by example, you know, encourage the bank.
Government is not getting into production. I mean, I'm going to encourage government into production. Government
no, you're not getting government into production.
No, well, listen, let me tell you something.
Vice of the nation.
Let me explain something.
What I know, Dino, hold on a second. Vice of the nation.
How is that production?
What I know, Dino, Vice of the, you know, here's my problem with you now.
Tell me now.
I have a discussion with Dino for the longest time. And
hey, me I listen to Dino.
Hold on now. Listen to me. Here's the problem where you are creating now. We are trying to find every way we could solve the problem, educate the people and everything. But you realize that since you open your mic and start talking, you mentioned the word government 1,000 times.
But Chuck, how you expect the poorer class to even get access to any corporation if the government help them?
Dino, listen to me now. Listen to me. I grew up. Listen to me, Dino. I grew up in our rural community in a St. Elizabeth named Whitehall, and I remember back in the 80s. You remember what? Dino supposed to remember them time when the food truck used to come around, just drive around and people count them damn come up a road.
Yeah, they still do that at Jamaica.
You know, remember them time? You know, remember them time? Right? That is how agriculture used to run, and the man down at St. Elizabeth used to make his money out of the farming.
You're talking about tradition now,
but the problem what we used to have then was a bank called
PC.
Tell him about the bank.
PC.
Me know PC bank.
But who you know, some of the politicians destroy the PC bank though.
And I'm saying to you now, Dino, hold on, Dino. What the point of this fight of solving this problem? If agro-processing is the way forward to deal with the overflow of stock out of the field, it can be pushed executively.
Yeah, but you can't, you know, hold on. You can't say agro-processing is a process. It's an additional arm because people and everybody want process food.
Hold on, no.
Process food is only a way to keep it
hold on, no. And I'm saying to you, if there's an overproduction, because the production is being consumed, but the overage is being spoilage.
Where is Navi?
Yeah, you're too smart.
Where is Navi?
We need to figure
Navi?
how we can get the farmers with their overproduction into processing that we can.
Let me draw a reference to you and show Jamaicans are not educated. The amount of breadfruit is produced on a tree in Jamaica, 14 parishes. 10 parishes you can find breadfruit tree.
Right.
There's a factory in St. Mary right now who do breadfruit flour.
I have rum bread and vodka make breadfruit these days.
Well, yeah, man. But I'm going to tell you, we have a factory down there where we make breadfruit flour, cassava flour, all sorts of flour, banana flour. And no care run advertisement in the paper, so you want breadfruit. When I phone you, I'm going to say you only pay X amount for breadfruit. But I prefer dump. No breadfruit now cost nobody in Jamaica, not even as much as $1 to produce.
Why you think create that the problem?
Lack of education. You prefer drop out of a tree. Smash!
Hold on now, Dino. Hold on now. If lack of education is the basic cause that Jamaican people are not uplifting themselves, it means we would have to go back to basis of what education is in our primary school and our secondary school.
Education and a school you gain education.
Where is trivia? Where Navi?
You get the subjects in school to get qualified for certain things.
But
that's a different thing.
Hold on, Dino. When you take up agriculture in high school, at what point a student?
Where is Navi? Man.
Look
how the conversation was so productive.
When they take up agriculture in high school, how would they make it do?
It becomes a subject.
And what?
And you sit the exam, make you qualify.
And what after that?
A lot of persons who do agriculture could do medicine after they done too.
So you realize what agriculture is tied to? What agriculture is tied to? Medicine.
Agriculture is tied to a lot of stuff.
But what mostly in Jamaica? Medicine.
No.
The schools, well, I know. Let me show you. The schools that are practicing agriculture, like the technical school, go check it. Them have one good farm, up one good. Everything is tied in theory. You would have to move on from that. And when they talk about school of agriculture, the government make the right investment, have farm, dairy, and do the right thing so the young people then can also be attracted to the sector.
Let me correct you about that. Government have the right policies there already. Voice is the people not organizing themselves. For example, if hold on. If you notice, Rala has been telling people all the while, farm yourself in groups. The groups is a cooperative, you know, and you can get assistance. But everybody thinking individually. And that's
yes,
what us.
Yes, because
sorry, I had to take a call from the special lady. But
anyway, I'm back in the office. Chuck, so what I say quick?
Yes. So may I say no, we had a system that used to work. I agree, say as time goes by, it should have been modernized.
That's what I'm saying.
We also went through a period, you know. Let's not forget we went through a period where everything came to a standstill in Jamaica, and then we leave from that to a period where everything come to a standstill in the world. So I agree, say yes, we're about 10 years in the whole where we should be with agriculture. But what I want us to look at now are the steps being put in, and the other steps, like Dino as a farmer can tell us about the ones that are being put in place now, like the storage, and also the ones that him as a farmer would like to see.
But Chuck, let me tell you something.
That is the discussion we are having.
There's an organization in Jamaica, you know, JADF, Jamaica Agricultural Development Foundation.
Yeah, me know that the place.
It used to be headed by a girl named Sheila Havens. And Sheila picked up the phone and called me one day and she said, if I give you some huge farmers out of Wisconsin to help you on the farm, would you appreciate it? I said, of course. She said, there's a cost. I said, what is the cost? The only cost to you is to find lodging for them to stay. But they'll get their salary from the Jamaica, but them have some funding. And I took it. These white guys go home and I said to my then wife, say, well, we have enough rooms in the house. Let me take some of them and they can sleep in my house. And these guys educated, these guys were farmers in Wisconsin and then teach us so much. And so first of all, what Miss Ulu do in Jamaica, totally wrong. He said, Chuck, one name Chuck.
Build that name.
Chuck said, I am a corn farmer and a strawberry farmer. When we plant corn, 600 acres of corn one time. I said, wow, how much work has it? Just me and my son. I say, me and your son. He said, to go in what me briefcase and say, this is my D6 tractor, I plow the land, let me use the rubber wheel to make the furrows, put in the hose, run all the hose them, we cover them, then we put on the plant and we plant, it go tractor go and plant the seeds. Then it's time to we put on the sprayers, the time to reap, we take off put on the harvester, reap it. We can understand Jamaica's position many years ago because plantation was employing so many persons. The plantation that I get Jamaica again in the basket. Finish. So the average person is head to plantation because of lack of privilege. The privileges are now here in Jamaica. Now we keep saying government. Government has put policies in place. For example, if you farm a cooperative, say a Irish potato farmer, and your representative go to make an appointment with Jamper and say, listen, we want to carry the equipment then for make potato cheaper to plant. Jamper will give you a letter to the Ministry of Finance. I beg you move the duties.
And
how much person utilizing these facilities are available?
Dino, thank you for those.
The last move.
Hold on, Vice.
Hold on the truck.
Vice, hold on. Because I tell you the problem. You're not following the conversation that we and Dino are having. You're not following this conversation. You're right, Dino. The policies are there.
They're there.
Right? It's just a matter of people are not willing. Dino, it's not going to be easy to break the stigma of farming. It's not an easy thing. I agree now that you have whole heap of young people are going into the farming.
But they're not going to the colors and fark, you know. They're not going to the colors.
There you go. There you go.
That is why you have to teach them. That's why I say education is important. You got to let them know, all right, farm yourself in groups. If you don't want to call it cooperatives, because there are groups. Where you going to farm? All right, when we started Papaya, we formed a whole association of Papaya, the Papaya Growers Association, which involved Ricky Waits, Pierce Harvey from America, NCB Bank, Greencastle, Crumewin, myself, Richard Manhan. God, we were the big players that planted too much 100 acres of Papaya and make millions. Go re-Google it, how much million per week that was taken into Jamaica.
But Dino, let me ask this. Do you think it would work if, say, persons from RADA would enter these communities? Say, as somebody said earlier, you go to, I think Munchi said, we just give each parish a particular crop and say, you dominate this crop. And RADA would go into this parish and say, listen to me now, we're going to set up, say, the St. Mary Yam Farmers Association. And all of the people, when you farm your yam, all you have to do is go left it at the office there, and the office the job to find the market.
I was coming to that, Chuck, because in America here, when me ask Chuck, him say him no work on Fridays. Fridays I check there. Him say he show me trucks are come when them have a machine or read the corn. When you see corn and back up and go up on the scale and the truck load, him say me no he say when he say in America you cannot pay a farmer straight bean crop. You have to pay him through the cooperative.
Right.
So for Chuck Finley dash such and such cooperatives. If you borrow loan from the cooperative, they might take the check from you and give you cash. But the majority of them people say there's no way you can duck the cooperative.
But, and then does the cooperative now can help you get loans?
Do you know,
Chuck? Get the cooperative then the loan only get then the loan too.
Do you know, Chuck? We talk about land access. How long the young people might beg the government free up some land so they can go plant?
You see, I me tell you, the vice of the nation, everything we talk, you can government, this government. Listen, do you know, vice of the nation, listen to me.
Hold on, no? So my time, hold on, no? Let me finish over here, Samu.
So my time when the animals to the water and they want drink, you must be drunk the master go there.
Hold on, no? Chuck Philip.
But you ever travel around Jamaica? And so much person put up for a sale on property.
Well, I know, Dino. The last time the government said my help out the poor people and give them land for go farm. Mr. AJ, Ochin Sudan at Trelani there. Take your whole land, give me family. And who forget the land, not get it. So me don't know how not to talk about people want land and can't get land and them a thief land, give them friend and family. You have to have equal right and make
vice of the nation.
Politics.
Vice of the
These
nation.
guys are nearer. Politicians are nearer to government land. What a human greed you're going to find these things happen.
Thank you. Thank you. But as I said, you have several now. Even though you see, let me tell you the vice of the nation problem. Vice of the nation is not aware of things that are happening in Jamaica, and that is a problem. Okay? He speak of access to land. Government is also now giving your lands to do farming. You can apply. Me have some farm.
50 year lease. 50 year lease.
Right? So as you said,
it might not in the era you are living. You might can't find.
It might not be the era where you're living.
Government have land in every parish.
Right. So it may not be available where you are.
Right.
But if you'll get it done. Let me tell you the problem. Just before the last election, I was talking to a young man. And he said, now go vote. I asked him why not vote. He said, government not do nothing for him. Me say, what is it you want the government to do for you? He said, why me ask? Me say, can maybe the government do it for you and you never know. He said, for him problem is house. He want a house. Me say, what you mean? You want the government to give a house? He said, no, I just want a chance to buy a house. And I tell him, me say, have you ever gone to the NHT? He said, no. Me say, you know if the place where you work for them appear over your NHT? He said no. And I know, I start telling him about some of the things. Me say, you get up to $9 million from the NHT at the time, and me say the NHT give you $3 million if that not make the house you want. And I tell him about all of them something there. He said him never know. So me I say, well, see the problem.
Where come back down to again? Education.
Thank you. The help what you want was there. You just never know. So that is the problem with Vice of the Nation now. All the complaints, but he has not one clue as to what is happening.
I came and called program one day. We have a similar discussion, and me see a man come on and cuss me say, me a labor right. We started to laugh. I was saying, the mind of a person is different. Whether I belong to PMP or I belong to JP, people's mind have a lot to do. I bought my first property on a man, as Frederick Johnson, private property. But that property was above another property which owned by a politician. And that politician became the chairman of RADA and the chairman of the Land Authority. Now, when he comes every day home, you come get the property nearer to the town and feel. So okay, that's a fair business. Man, I sell and me buy. The same man now, when we start developing property into farming, you enter to concession to carry motor vehicle. I apply for concession 5 times and throw them in a rubbish bin as the chairman of RADA. And A star from brother said, no man, but you should have get that because you do pretty well. I can't farm for you when I come from work this year. She said, me a pilot for you. And she piloted, and she said, when you give him the farm, thump and index in my sign, and he look up for your name again and push at the bottom of the file. No, sign it. That same man look at me one day, and I beg him sign, it was a JP to sign something for me. I'm going to sign a farm. It was pertaining to go back, we do management studies at university. In turn to me, say, how much are you going to study? I say, you have to go to the high side check. He said, man, I'm going to tell you the truth, you know. For a young man, I see a move in the direction like you have to turn millionaire, and I hate to see. And cause too bad, say, me not sign it. Enough more JP about the place here. And he keep turning on my concession same. But in technical intelligence, he say, for a young man, you move in the direction, you have to turn millionaire. And he hate to see that. He want to see you coming to beg him. Boy, what you can do for me as a politician? No politician ever done nothing for me. I don't beg nobody nothing, man. Me work for what I want out of life.
And you know, that mindset.
That's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with parties, the person by himself. I finally got the concession now. Because the then Minister of Agriculture called me at my office at Kingston. I said, well, you don't make no contribution to the constituency. How long now? I said, well, when you really want my money, when I tell him, he said, you do what? I said, I apply 5 times for a concession for kind vehicle to help me on the farm. And he said, a joke you make. And he get up out and seat of hope. Drive all the way to the rural parish. And tell the chairman, names a cloth and say, give me the man farm like right now, me not left it. When we drive back in the year, another man, a politician say, man, you talk to me, say, man, come and tell the man some cloth. He had to sign it and give him. And in the letter to Minister of Finance, so me get the concession for carrying the vehicle. It's a mind, it has nothing to do with party mind. Bad mind people in a PMP, bad mind people in a JLP.
Me said, Dino have an experience. Every situation that come up, Dino have an experience. My.
I tell you.
I
know funny when that man died, me going funeral too.
PM say?
When he did, me going funeral, you know.
When I go to go make sure I see him.
Oh, but people different. You can't use an individual and then crucify an organization.
Dino, my thing is, Dino, if the farmers, all right, let me go away from the farmers a little bit. I have a bridging, I have a taxi driver bridging in drive from Seaview to Arthur Tree. And the males are telling me, say, well, you know, so the government must give you a better place to park. And I say, but Virgin, don't you pay into an association every week or every month? So, yeah, man, correct. I say, but that are the job of your association. Those are the things you have to get for you, you know. That's what them pick do.
You see, all no go around and come back to the cooperative again.
Exactly. You pay into a cooperative every time.
So the cooperative,
the
cooperative, for example, such and such a rule, association.
Yes.
We have 500 members who are on taxi. We want a proper, I'm putting proper communication person can just call and say, all right, in 5 minutes, one will reach you. I saw the bigger nations moving.
You know, if a man have 500 taxi driver in a cooperative, you know, believe say gas sells for $200 a litre. You know, believe if you go to one gas station and say, me have 500 members.
The cooperative can go build a gas. The cooperative can go build a gas station too.
Thank you. All of them are, hold on, before you go to build one, all of them are come for your gas station, but you have to give them a 30% discount.
Simple.
All 500 of them are put up at your place, but we want a 30% discount for all.
Every Friday, you're sure if a check come from the cooperative, you have big money.
Thank you.
Your lodgement, sure.
Sure. You know, but we have, it's to get people into this mindset. Say, listen to me, man. We have to work, we have to do it together. It's not easy for you to do it alone. That's why you have companies
the
out there.
problem we have with Jamaica, you see, I tell you the truth. It's like election never over in Jamaica. It's like you go from the day election right back to the next 5 years. Every day we have an election.
That day, you know, that day is the day when I didn't agree upon a word for something, you know. That day is a special day. Munchi, I don't know what you do to Dino, but keep doing it.
No one. If you come on like regular, some me argue, that's what me and some of me, up to yesterday, me and one of my colleagues clash with the same thing again. See, when it cost me one time, say no one, nothing to do with me. It no matter to me, me no name nobody yard.
Dino, Plumber say he's a farmer from Westmoreland. Plumber, good evening.
Dino.
Dino. Yeah, man.
Why, But I really like to get some help from you because I have like 140 acres of land in Westmoreland and I raise goat, cabbage, pepper, chicken, everything. In this time, I lose probably 130 goat plus kids and stuff. Roughly 200 and something goat with big goats and kids. And I go to RADA. All I was trying to do, try to get some like medicine for some of my goat because they were sick after the storm and I lose every bit of my medicine. And all he said he can't help me right now because I don't know nobody can. I say, don't know no vet. No, I don't know of no vet right now. I say, rather than have no vet that can help me. You know what I have to do? I have to buy a plane ticket, go to the US, go to Tractor Supply, and buy everything that I want and ship to Jamaica. Rather doesn't work in Westmoreland.
Well, I don't know about Westmoreland, but I know some heroes them have vets, and every year them have it. Some them have they just have vacancy in every round of our veterinary position.
Okay,
but some vets are not common in Jamaica.
You know, I don't cut you, but you know what happened? There's a lot of guys in Westmoreland. I don't know if it's on Westmoreland. They say they're vet. But when they ask them for the criteria, like the license, and they don't have nothing to show.
They probably work with vet as veterinary assistants. I'm not really vet. Me know them all the place. But the truth of the matter, there's always there are positions in RADA, but don't get it wrong. RADA doesn't have things to give away, you know. RADA for
I just want somebody.
I understand, but a lot of people have wrong feelings. Say RADA not give them.
No.
RADA provide technical service. A vet supposed to be able to advise you. Agronomy is supposed to advise you and so forth. There's a technical service they provide. Some of the RADAs find themselves in position they can buy one tractor and they will offer service like plowland, fuel and so forth.
Even that, they have tractor in Westmoreland.
Right, and some will have buy mist blowers and they can rent you a mist blower for a day.
Yes, they have tractor in Westmoreland. I've been trying to get
these things do happen, but they are really technical officers. When it's RADA give a fertilizer, most of the time, it's either somebody give them a gift or the MP. Send a part and constituency fund go towards Ministry of Agriculture, towards giving chicken, feed, and fertilizers, but they personally don't have a budget for that. They don't.
But let me add this though. You see, when you say the shortage of vets, is Jamaica short a lot of specialist persons?
Yeah.
And believe it, when we say special, and these are careers that pay very well, you know.
Yeah, but how well? I can't tell you something.
There's nobody specialized in farming in Jamaica. I don't understand why.
My boy finished his PhD in veterinary medicine 2 years ago.
In Jamaica?
No, man. America and Pennsylvania.
No. But I've been talking about Jamaica right
and
now.
the only come at Jamaica. When he finish, you see, the American going to have him a position right away. The only thing he do at Jamaica come pick up his green card. Then send him come pick up in papers. Then give him house and give him every guy thing. Big position.
But on my farm right now, if I can get somebody who want to go to university to be a animal doctor, I would pay the money right now for somebody to do it.
All right. They do some training at the College of Agriculture in Portland.
No,
veterinary science.
No, that's nothing. That's nothing. I'm
nothing
telling
is
you.
Veterinary science because we send him there first and do veterinary science and take him in America.
I used to have somebody. I don't cut it.
All right.
I saw somebody that go there that work at my farm.
I have to. Let me come back.
And I got to run him away because my goat was dying.
There's a professor. There's a professor at the university teach veterinary medicine at the same university. He's a Jamaican. Okay. And he looks forward every year to help 1 or 2 Jamaicans to come there. He provides scholarship for them to come. And one thing require you, give back something to Jamaica. He's from Western St. Mary. He's a professor.
Is in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, man.
Because I have a guy who come down. He been starting since December. He come down there. His name is Jones, Dr. Jones, and he work at a university in Pennsylvania. He's the one helping me right now.
All right.
With my goat.
Them try help a lot of Jamaicans to come up on scholarship.
Here's the issue Jamaicans face with that. Remember, most people in Jamaica, most of them, and I seen recently when you call them now, the generic dogs them a pop up. People know about going to vet.
And the big breed goat.
Nobody never know about going to vet. Veterinarian wasn't important then. Right? So I
want to say that because where I'm from in Westmoreland, when I was growing up, I always know where there's a veterinarian in Landala. Not Landala, George's Plain. And George's Plain Road, there always an animal hospital was there.
Yeah, but it's not prevalent all over Jamaica.
All right, that is what I'm trying to say. It is not prevalent. All the people.
For example,
normally, if you go to
Dr. TP Lecky, who developed the something they call, is a veterinary doctor.
If you me watch one little program on TV sometime, we do a vet. We forget the name. But that man the office, I'll fold me see people I carry a vet.
Yes, man.
So
lizards.
Why doesn't the Minister of Agriculture, just like our Tufton, go to the government, the Minister of Finance, and get some money so they have the borrowing scholarship so we can fill the vacancy? Why don't the minister get some funds or ask for some funds from the government, from the administration, to get some scholarship going so we can have some veterinarians for the farming community? Yeah, and then we ban them for 5 years.
We would have identified enough. If we're going to train them in Jamaica, we'd have identified enough qualified people. I mean,
we don't have to train them in Jamaica, Dino. We don't have to train them.
Veterinary medicine is not much different from the same medicine. Our doctors study. It's the same thing.
The animal can't tell you what hurt. You have to find it for yourself.
Hold on. When you're first, studying the same course with biochemistry, all the physiology.
Actually, more harder.
Is when you specialize here or come, you're switching or you're something here.
Yes, so you know I'm saying, identify some, give them a scholarship, just like the borrowing.
It won't work, moderator.
Why?
Why do it work?
Yeah, I'm explain to you why it won't work.
Right.
Yeah. You see, in Jamaica, the only way stuff can work in Jamaica unless you take politics out of it.
But because because
you said
I never said politics.
No, listen. But you said a minister of agriculture, don't it?
Yeah.
Because of the minister.
You would only write the program.
Let me explain to
you. Make I finish.
No, Plumber, you need to understand. Wait. The minister is responsible for writing the policy and getting the funding. So that is why that is why I said the
minister. To the
university,
the funding that have gone to the
university. Exactly.
Do you know what nepotism is?
Oh Jesus, Plumber, you're not too negative, you know.
No, it's not
negative.
It's not negative.
It's not nothing to do with nepotism.
There's a reason why I say that. There's a reason why I say it. I tried to do it. I tried to do it one time.
You know of the Dr. Barry Wynn scholarship?
Huh?
You know of the Dr. Barry Wynn scholarship that is running through the Ministry of Health?
Yes, man, I know of it. But that's why I know. That's why I know it doesn't work. Because there's a little guy in my area want to go to school. I think I have him on my YouTube channel. He come to my farm like sometime during the summertime and when school is out and volunteer because he want to do. He want to be a veterinarian. So help me with the goat, with the chicken or whatever. And
no. Hold on.
No, I'm trying to explain to you. But it's
I asked about the Dr. Barry Wynn scholarship.
Yeah. I'm telling you something now. So I write to them and to try to get to Barry Wynn scholarship fund. I write to them and I write a whole bunch of essays. So I didn't understand it. So I go to a principal at a college. And I said to him, can you help me with this application? Because I want this guy to get that scholarship. And they turn him down.
So that means it doesn't work.
There is a pre-qualification to get the scholarship.
But that is not the criteria for every scholarship.
But I know a Dr. Manson who get it.
But hold on, the plumber. You know somebody will get turned down. But 670 other person get you.
But who is those people from Billy?
There we go.
No, Barry.
No. Who is their family?
Hold on. But first of all, before you apply for the scholarship, you have to get acceptance by the university.
Yes, you get acceptance. But I end up having to pay for it.
You get acceptance and apply for the scholarship?
Yeah, I end up having to pay for it.
But Dino, Chuck, you have to pay attention to what Plumber saying now. The man
they're not paying attention.
The possibility of you getting onto the program is okay, but the level of nepotism and corruption
prevent you. All right.
That is not true, sir. And that is
why I can't
speak. Guys, MP, let me answer you, Vice Nation. Me can tell you this personally. The medicine is a very, very competitive field, just like law. You have students coming in to the UWI with straight ones in Cape straight ones in CSEC, it is going to be competitive. It is not about no nepotism. People always
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about scholarship.
Listen, let me explain this to you. So it is a very competitive scholarship. So it's not any and anybody can just get it like that. I wish it was like that, but it is not like that because the UWI
I think all of you miss what I'm saying.
only
I think all of you guys miss what I
majority
said.
of the people that get accepted to the UWI for medicine is straight ones in a cave.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Who is their family? Who is their family?
No,
Who is their family?
some of them do hours of community service. Some of them have to do hundreds of hours of community service, and you have to show, if you want a scholarship, you have to show special interest, and that is what the borrowing scholarship is. If them still say a candidate is doing hundreds of hours of community service plus the academics, what you think are gonna happen?
No, you don't know it, plumber. You don't know it.
What you think are gonna happen? So it is very competitive.
Okay, tell me what
plumber, not because somebody apply and not get through means say politics make you not get through. Is it that a tough time giving out? Is it a tough time?
But MP Chuck, but let's just say these are the best of the best. You might be biased to that. You might be biased to the boy because you know him personally. But in the round of applicants, he's not one of the best.
But I know somebody. But I know somebody who apply for it. Who doesn't volunteer, but they have good name. They come from good. They come from a family where you call good name, and they get
you apply to us. You apply to the what the scholarship name? I don't remember what the scholarship is.
You
but
just tell me a lie a while ago,
scholarship that covers the organizations of Caribbean states. There's a scholarship that covers full funding to the US, right? Yeah. And sometime in one applicant cycle, you have like all the students having a 4.0, right? All students having a 4.0. That is a competitive applicant cycle. Just the college cycle. Then this year you have
students with
3 point. If you have students with 3.5, you have students with 3.2. That is the range of students coming in, right? So maybe you the year before did have a 3 point, you have a 4.0, but the applicant cycle of that year, everybody had a 4.0. Now the new applicant cycle, everybody you might get in, somebody might get in a 3.5, be like, I had a 4.0 and didn't get through because of the applicant cycle you landed in. So that is what happens to a lot of scholarship, and that's what happens to a lot of college acceptances. It depends on the cycle.
Do you ever apply for a scholarship? Do you ever apply for a scholarship?
Let me give you an example about something. This is something where me couple years ago, at DNG was having a competition. I don't remember DNG. Where them say you look under the buckle crown, you find some coin, you find some points, you text them in.
That's a difference.
Just listen to what I say. Just listen to what I say. You find some points, you text them in, and you can win a prize. You win buy TV.
Yeah, man, you win car, whatever.
Yeah. One day I was at work, I gathered up some coins. I had $900 worth of coins. But all the week coming down, I be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 other people I win. They have $900 a day. And I say, me not exceed my $900 that very day. You know the person will win the bike. How much them texting now win the bike? 435 points win the bike. I'm sit down for 900, so I not say anything.
You not say anything.
Exactly. Me sit down for 900, so I not texting my 900, but a 435 point win the bike that day. I want you to understand, listen, my friend. So my time when you sit down here, so now when you come and you tell people, say, oh, if you're not a good family, you discourage people from applying for things, Virgin. And at that, me want
to I'm not discourage people. No, listen.
Virgin,
Chuck.
It's a Jamaican problem. It's a Jamaican problem.
Look at my TikTok. The quality, your chances of winning a scholarship in an applicant cycle depends on the quality of
Let me tell you something, Chuck. I don't know if it's a Caribbean problem because when I just
have you seen a college
I think you guys share from the point.
Well, when I was in high school. Bigger brother finish Excelsior, and the germ say him have to get scholarship to go through school. Him doing O levels and he get peer distinction. He went back and doing A levels and get peer distinction. And he won the Jamaican scholarship. He went to Trinidad and did engineering. And he said when he was in Trinidad, everybody asked him, say, "You're the son of a politician. How comes you get the scholarship?"
Right. Okay.
It's a concept.
But Dino,
because that's the only way it works. That's the only way it works.
No, Dino,
you are talking about one of situations. We are talking about public scholarship. As I'm saying,
I heard a word that
Vice,
Dino
me not ask your Vice. You left school years ago. Me still in a school. Me not ask you nothing.
Hold on, no man. I know that me I say to you, Navi. Hold on. I'm saying to you, Navi. You see, Jamaica has to move away from the tradition of how we do our school and change and match the reality.
Yes.
Why I said that?
Why?
Yes.
Why should we?
You see the way? Hold on. You see the way? Hold on.
You have to tell you why.
Hold on.
Come on. Me have a discussion with Vice.
Hold on. One, Jamaica education is premier among some of the best countries in the world. However, the challenge to integrate in the work world or integrate in the labor force is unacceptable because of classism, racism in the international countries. What we need to do is move into a skill-oriented education that when a child decides that they want to do technical studies in high school, they get the full-fledged support and not piece of this and piece of that. So for example, when a child reach grade, they're pretty smart, you know, and the child say want to be an engineer, you go to an engineering school in Jamaica. You got the government can fund with public-private partnership. Maybe
take government over there. Take government over there. Take government over there.
You see again, sometimes we talk and...
Dino, hold on, no man, let me finish the point. You have school like very technical high school and other public schools. A lot of technical school across Jamaica, which technical school back in the days was fully equipped with the right resources.
Yes, because I go to a technical school. You're right, that's true.
No, when you go to a technical school in Jamaica, hold on.
Yes.
When you grow on the engineering shop, this a machine now work, this a now work, material not there. So if we move away from partial funding and say if you want to be a doctor, we're going to make sure that we have 2 doctor schools fully equipped. Because if you make it same engineering student and the same doctor student compete with the one chalkboard, one piece of chair, we have a problem for generation to come.
Voice.
So make the right investment for now.
Let me ask you something. Do you know why the technical schools were developed in Jamaica?
Yeah, I know why.
I don't know, but it was a good idea.
Why? Because bauxite was booming and all our technicians came from Canada.
And not bauxite alone, sugar too. Sugar too was booming too.
Yeah, man.
Bauxite was
booming. You had to create technical schools to provide. And the technical schools are supposed to feed class with students who come out as with these technology. They learn a little bit in the technical school and go cars, don't get the proper professional and you can fit these positions in the bauxite and the beers industries. Jamaica has not been...
So do you know?
We move away.
Don't go no further. If the government of the day realizes, I know you're talking about it. But I want the man to finish
Yeah, give him a chance. Give him a chance to finish.
Let me fit.
Allow Dino to finish what he said.
Because Dino take on the argument. I didn't take on the argument.
Allow Dino to finish.
I'm saying.
Guys,
yeah, but I was saying earlier.
Allow Dino to finish what I'm saying, sir.
Go on, Dino, go on.
Because I want some help from Chuck.
We have moved away with most of these industries. The bauxite is not doing well. The sugar dead. We have not, if you notice in America,
sugar not dead,
man.
Dead. No, not dead.
Sugar dead, brother.
I'm from Westmoreland. It's not dead. I'm from Westmoreland. It's not dead. It's still going on in Westmoreland.
How much sugar? How much sugar factory that Jamaica right now?
No, I'm talking about Westmoreland. It's always one day at Westmoreland.
Westmoreland, Jamaica.
Fine.
No. He said in Jamaica. He said how much sugar factory in Jamaica. And said it always one in Westmoreland is still going on. Strong.
But
it's still going on strong.
How much we used to have?
Huh? No,
How much
I'm
is
talking
for
about
now?
Westmoreland. I don't know about no West. I'm talking
No,
about
I'm talking
All
about
right, but
Jamaica.
plumber.
I'm not talking about a particular person. I'm talking about Jamaica.
Okay,
But
okay,
do you
okay.
know, if you have a son now and he tell us say,
now.
well, I'm going to cut cane in I field, what you tell him, say?
Oh,
No, they don't use. They don't use.
no.
No, they don't do
Get
that
me
no more.
the.
They
Well,
have
let me tell you
machine that
something
cut
about me
cane.
twice.
They have
Ask
machine
any of
that
my
cut
children.
cane.
Me
They
tell
have
my
machine.
children tell you. Ask
They have
any of my
machine that
children.
cut
Let me teach
cane.
them one thing. Anything you do in life, and you do it
All right. Can I get some help
professionally,
from Chuck?
you
Chuck,
can
can
make
I
a
get some help
life
from
out of
you?
it. I also teach my children that paper qualification is very important.
Yes, man. I best thing that.
You need to get the diplomas and the degrees and all of that.
I best thing
Take
that.
them.
I
But
best
in the
thing.
long run, business is where the money is.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Nobody's going to pay you as an engineer if you come open a factory.
Okay.
And get a
Chuck.
satisfactory salary,
Chuck.
so you stay within the factory.
Yes, sir.
Chuck.
You have to think out of the box as a Jamaican.
Yes, sir.
But do you know, you have to start with education.
When we just say a while ago.
Yes, but I'm saying, pick up back to
Vice of the nation, you know, say the problem is why you're not contribute to this conversation is because you're listening so you can argue.
No,
because Dino just break down the thing here a while ago and you still
and I'm saying
Dino
to
said
Dino
that
earlier. But Chuck, I said to Dino earlier that if we go back and change and center our basic education on the right path with technical school and the right education curriculum, it will be better in 10 years to come.
Yeah, but how much machines people repair nowadays? We live in the American dream in which when the machine done, you jump on your smartphone and you just go bam 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 in 2 days you off, you can take it off.
You know,
just like the Americans, you just change up machine, nobody not repair machine again.
So what about all right?
But Dino, what he's saying, he doesn't listen to the news, you know, because young man in Jamaica nowadays don't wanna learn as a machine skill, you know. Because the government of today,
life revolves.
the government of today calling for young man to come for him to pay them to learn a skill, and they cannot get young man to do it.
Because this is easy. There's an easier way. They find a better way.
Why they don't want to go?
Because there's an easy lifestyle to
easy lifestyle.
Go on your phone and you make 2 calls and then tomorrow man you do the market.
Burn a second. Vice.
I
Why
put
is
it to you to round up 12 boys and send them to art. Simple. Contribute.
Where am I find them?
Why is it overflowing?
Where am I going to find them? Where am I going to find 12 boys?
Let me answer you. Hold on. Very good question. Let me answer.
Why is very lucrative in that?
You don't need to.
You're very
hold
lucrative.
Hold on. Yes, if you answer. Navy, yes.
But if you look, if you get one of the something the magazine from, hold on, let me point something to you. Look at UTech, which we used to call CAS. If you look at them, what you call the book again, where you tell you how the courses are offered and the qualification to get in. You notice UTech has changed up a lot of them courses now, Joe. You have to move with time. You train nurses, they train dentists, they train lawyer.
But they're not training vet. They're not training vet.
There's no way in Jamaica we have a faculty for vet yet.
Go back to the question, Navi. Navi, let me tell you what needs to be done. You see, when a child enter primary school, that child enter primary school and from he reach grade 5 and 6. Him set in mind, he or she set in mind on what they want to do. You see, they reach high school.
Sometimes.
Hold on, now let me finish on yes, let me finish. Let me finish.
No, people go to university.
I said let me finish what I'm saying.
And change their mind. So, we are going to
listen to what I am saying.
We are going to
listen to what.
Said this is what.
Listen to what I'm saying, man.
That is some child, not all child. That is some child.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying. When you create, let me finish that now. Let me finish that. When
answer my question first.
I am talking and I'm trying to answer you. Let me finish talking.
But you are saying,
cut me off.
The first time somebody asked me why I want to be a pilot. Ask me now what I want to be.
But I get what you're saying. I always want to be a pilot. Let me finish what you're saying.
Farmer.
Plumber, listen to what I'm saying. When a child enter primary school, you're setting the system for change. At grade 5 and 6, you map out the child's best strength. You see, the high school will be converted not just to a high school, but a high school and a technical school. So when the child enter first farm, him not left until he graduate as a farmer, engineer, construction worker.
Me?
Did you hear?
So you're going to program the system so the child automatically adapt to it.
Vice. What you're speaking of is different from what exists. We are talking about
That's why we
what
want
exists
change.
today.
That's why
Yeah,
we
but
say we
Vice,
need to change.
Vice. Give me a
Vice.
second. Chuck. I heard you say you can get tax exempt from the Minister of Agriculture. How do I go back? How do I do that?
Chuck, I go call somebody and give him a liberate.
Keep Chuck in the DMs, come on. Don't disrupt.
No. Take out liberate.
Leave Chuck alone, man.
Come on. Please address Chuck in the DMs. Please not disrupt the conversation.
Thank you.
Chuck, go link Chuck, man. Check how
Please
help.
follow the rules
Navi,
instruction.
we need to change our education system from the primary school to the high school. We need to.
We don't need to change it. We just need to develop.
But in our work, people with 20
what you mean
subjects from America clean people hotel to make life. Change it and make it become more modern.
You know, I give an example. It's not the education system in Jamaica, you know.
Is what?
Is our mindset.
But if you adjust to the chat.
Because give an example. I know a lady when I was growing up. She never worked. And she get a job. They offer her a job in the poorhouse. What we call poorhouse, like I forgot the name for it. What we call poorhouse in Jamaica, like yeah. And she wouldn't do it. Her daughter filed for her.
No, the infirmary.
Infirmary. Say, yes. That's the right word. Sorry. And you know, her daughter filed for her. And you know what she do in America? She work in a
arms house, then call it. Arms house.
Yeah, arms house, we know it does. She work in America taking care of a lady that have dementia. And she would talk about old lady would take feces and liquor in her face and show the feces on her. And she wouldn't do it in Jamaica, but she go to the US to do it. You know, people that live in the US, that born in the US would never do that job.
Question, All right, Navi, since you know always attack nice, would you say the people go work on the arms house in my time? Yeah?
Well, listen. Think about it.
Okay.
Think about it. Listen.
But we left, come on, foreign with 30, 40 subjects, go work in the arms house. How much bright Jamaica know you clean out there and do all sort of shit to make life?
But listen. That's the problem in Jamaica right now.
Okay.
You see, listen, I gotta teach you something. I went to a seminar in Jamaica where Leachin was there and Matalan. Matalan was telling a story about he have this friend when he was growing up. The friend father have 10 acres of land. And one of his brother want to be a doctor and the next one want to farm. Understand? And the father want to sell the land to send the one to go be a doctor. And but the one that want to be a farmer want the land to farm. So end up sell the land, send the one go to university to be a doctor, and the other one lease a piece of land and somewhere in between Clarendon and Old Harbour there to raise cow. You know who is he now? He's Matalan. He's the richest man in Jamaica right now. From a farm. But when I'm telling you what he said. He said when listen, wait no. He said when if he was going to a party one time when he was in his 30s and his father introduced his brother. Remember, he said he's the one by his father's house, he's the one taking care of his father, he's the one rich. And when his father introduced his brother, oh, this is my son Richard, he's a doctor. And even though I know he doesn't introduce his son who is a farmer to say it.
All right. Plumber, I have a question.
He's a farmer.
Navi, you're brilliant. I want you to answer me honestly. Do you know the percentage of some of Jamaica's brightest minds and young people left from America and Canada and are working in the arms house are the worst job because
Yes, man. Mr. That every day.
Navi me attack one. Navi. You know, say, some of Jamaica's brightest set up picking them with more takes and care. Come over here. And the job what them have to do to survive. Would you believe it?
And the people who live in America and Canada who born there would never do those jobs.
Why?
Hello.
That is not true.
Wait a minute,
That
Empress.
is not true.
No, it's not true.
Stop your
Look like
lies.
say,
Explain that to me.
Stop your lies.
I Empress, wait a minute. You don't
Thank you.
accept because when they step away, Vice of the Nation bring the program into disrepute and upset the labor right. Let me tell you something, Vice of the Nation. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
It goes up true.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, it goes so got the people don't like you. You see, they make sure gone because then they realize, yeah, you are run things over here. Let me tell you something, Vice of the Nation.
No,
Under the People's National, let me tell you something, Vice of the Nation. Under the People's National Party, you see? When you go to school, you cannot, you left at 12 years old, you left, you cannot read and write. Under the 18.5 years of Percival.
No,
When you get to 9th grade,
when you get to
9th grade at 15, your father feed a carry on the farm, I go pick coffee, go plant yam, or go catch fish.
All age school, usually go.
They're all age school. Thank you, Plumber. There was absolutely no job available for people, especially if you're poor. Especially if you're not a family member where they are foreign, and especially if you don't want to sell your soul to the big man in a community or the big politician. So for you to come here and talk about education system need to this and that, the education system has come a far way under Andrew Michael Goldness since 2016. So you're not gonna come up here with your bullshit about how much percent of pitney I got for and go clean shit. I them want they go do it. I know Andrew Goldness said them over go do it.
I don't want to do it for you.
I don't want to do it because they want foreign money. Andrew Goldness, first of all, you have a set of people who are going to school, go do lawyer, and go do some other degree where they not get a job when they left school. The jobs are here. See, Plumber say he needs some veterinarian. Why they not go do that? Instead of they go do lawyer. There's no work for lawyers.
But moderator.
There's no work for doctors. There's work for veterinarian. Why they don't go and do that?
Moderator.
Madam Speaker, she named Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker. All right, you know, December now, I'm looking for 13 people to work on the farm. And you know, there's only 7 women show up.
Right. They want to go clean shit, Plumber. So you have to blame the government for that.
I'm paying $7,000 a day to work on the farm. All I have remember is, you remember goat, you just let them go out in the pen and you sweep out the goat pen, you give them some medicine, like the one supposed to get medicine.
How much a day you pay, Plumber? How much a day you pay?
$7,000 a day.
And they prefer to go beg, Plumber. They prefer to go beg or to go ball out politician and give them nothing. And them deaf young grandchildren and give them $7,000
right now, I plant 5 acres of cabbage.
$7,000 multiplied by 5 days. And Vice of the Nation.
It's woman no more working on my farm. I'm raising chicken. No. If look at my TikTok and my YouTube.
How much woman there Westmoreland and Plumber. Look how much woman there Westmoreland every day pan TikTok about 200 about they hungry.
Okay.
Come work $7,000 a day for you, 35,000 a week. That can take care of them and then pick the plumber. And then go beg on social media.
But Chairman, listen to me. And that cause, you know, you me tell you what cause, you me introduce what cause is the stigma of working on a farm.
The mindset, plumber.
Yes. I stick no and work. I work.